everybody. Happy Sabbath to all of you guys. Welcome. I'm Nasiao. This is my lady Dolly. Praise you, Lord. Want to apologize for being like a little late. So, just had look at some important lesson on today on a Shabbat. So I'm happy to be back, or joyful to be back. So hopefully you guys, like I always say, you guys learn some new things. You guys have some insight on about the information, truth of Scripture that I have been talking of Sabbaths ago. We'll deal with a very sensitive subject, and hopefully, you guys get a revelation between the subject. What's the difference between murdering someone and killing someone? What is the difference between those two? Murdering someone and killing someone. Okay, now that may be very hard for a lot of folks that may take heed on it. But I'm going to use scripture, obviously. Let me just say this: when I was when when I was a Christian, I used to think that killing someone is a wicked thing. I thought that you know murdering someone is a wicked thing. The same concept. Um, we have these manipulations about gun control. Okay, some of y'all probably heard of gun control. What is that? You can't have guns in your home. They finally get a gun in your home. They take you right to prison, right, or jail or something like that. I'm not the best guy I know about politics, but I know some little things that goes on in the world. And so we have this tendency where if you kill someone by self-defense, most people would say that you murdered someone. Have you ever heard of that? Heard about that? Right. So we have a lot of issues on. Like I said, I know this is one of the most unexpected things to talk about. Okay, not a lot of folks talk about this, but it has to be talked about because again, we have to go back in the ancient of time. Okay, we're going to deal with why did Moses kill people? As I said, kill, not murder. Why did David kill people? Okay, why did even Abraham kill people? Okay, we're going to deal with that today. We're going to deal with murdering. Okay, can you murder somebody by hating someone a lot? Let's find out in the scriptures. Praise Yahuwah. All right, I'm going to put on some music, do some praise and worship. Yeah, just give me a minute. Just trying to connect it. Oh, it's probably it. Wait, there we go. We saw it before when it says connected. Yeah, doesn't connect yet. Yeah, probably just run a test on it. It's probably take it on. Just sorry, guys. Working on the sound. Okay. So let's cut off. Yeah, this one, yeah. There we go. Sorry to cut off the Bluetooth on this laptop. Sorry, guys. We're back on track. Appreciate the patience. Hopefully, you guys can hear the music. It's just heart. Yeah, we just want to thank you on this day. Appreciate another Sabbath on today. Just looking forward of having a wonderful Shabbat on the rest of the hours. Especially people that wants to, just get information today on truth, and people having a good meal and enjoying their snacks and enjoying their study time, cutting people away from them that's trying to hinder them from keeping the Shabbat out of reproach. Again, we thank you for this opportunity to go ahead and serve today. The YouTube, thank you so much for that. We understand that summer is about to be over soon. Fall is coming. So, yeah, we ask that you give us a wonderful fall season. It's coming up. Give us a good closure on the summer. Name of Yahusha. Give us a wonderful feast day next month. The Feast of Trumpets and Day of Atonement. Looking forward, looking forward for that. Especially those who are traveling to do some immersions, to meet people, for the sake of the testimony of the truth. Other things that have good intentions of you, that have a purity of you. Father, protect us against being quarantined. Name of Yahushua, so make sure we are protected when we do things that's productive. Uh, yeah, for those who are new, looking at these videos, thank you in advance that they will get some understanding, that they help their families, their spouses, themselves, children, grand, uh, grandchildren, you know, um, to where they get the hope they need to be able uh, to be emerged and receive your spirit, to be adopted, be accepted by you, Father. Uh, Yahuwah, keep us be careful when we read the word and study. Keep us be very careful, despite the translations, the trickeries of the writings. Keep us careful. Keep us to discern things between the lies and truth, and good and evil. Keep us responsible, God, of worshiping you. Allah Yahuwah, Baruch Hashem Yahuwah. Father, if some people had a bad week and it still kind of bothers them today, they feel kind of drastic, they feel they feel hopeless. You know, if some people have, they dealing with anger, knowing that we should not be dealing with anger on the Sabbath. You know, we shouldn't be dealing with frequent sadness on the Shabbat. We just have to rejoice on this feast day. That we ask that you comfort them, comfort their hearts, comfort their spirit, comfort the mindset, their mentality. We ask that you comfort their spirits. But this is the day of chance. This is the day of rest. This is the day of another opportunity, another chance to get better. You know, have a better week. You know, become a new person. You know, to get opportunity to want to be immersed soon. To learn your words. To learn knowledge. You know, to learn what you have really said. To be free from the slave mind of deception that happened years and years and centuries ago. We give you honor, give you reverence today, give you praise. Yes, Father. To Yeah, we ask that you heal people that's not feeling well, whether in the body or in the emotions. You actually heal people's stomachs, their throat, palate, head. If somebody have an injury, give them a quick recovery. In the name of Yahuwah Rapha, is your healer, Rapha, and Yahuwah Rapha. So we know that you delivered those from the yoke of sin, the yoke of depression, the yoke of confusion that is demonic. Of these people to get in your straight path, the narrow gate, the narrow path. And to you at the straight gate, for that way leads to life, the broad leads to destruction, the broad way leads to destruction. So spoken by Yahusha and Matthew 7. I think verses 15 or 14. 13, sorry. Or Mark, one of those two books. Keep us enjoying today. Keep us enjoying today, Yah. Yah, we had a bad week, Yahuwah. We ask that you forgive us for a week we had that was not good. You know, if some of us fell into sin, some of us fell into sexual sin, secret sins. We ask Yahuwah that you forgive us for the iniquities that we served on this week, whether us being on our knees or standing or prostrate or laying down or walking, to talk to you of sincerity of what the things we did that we shouldn't do, or if people were unaware of what they shouldn't do, those who are new, ask forgive us. Knowing that we strive in the best in our abilities to keep our relationships, to keep our brothers and sisters, to keep our sanity, to keep your commandments, stay as a light, to love our co-workers, even though our co-workers may not love us. But y'all, for us just to do our best to strive to stay in the light. You said, your son Yahusha said this in Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine so that people will see the good works and esteem Yahuwah. So we just want to make sure that we stay in the light according to your word, to focus on your word, to be in your presence according to the narrow path, to follow you, not to ever follow our emotions, not to ever follow our heart, not to ever follow our feelings, but to follow what is right, only right, to keep us maintained in peace, or in Hebrew, shalom. Father, if somebody is in covenants or marriages, those who watch these videos, they're going through problems against the, with their in-laws. If people have problems against the husband, against wife, abuse going on, anything specific, Yahuwah, I should deliver those people from such and such afflictions, so they can have peace. Yahuwah, we understand that you care that sword was to be sent here, a sword, right? Your son Yahusha said in Matthew 10:34, I'm not coming to send peace, but a sword. So, Father, cut those people off according to what caused affliction, whatever's going on, so that these people can be able to focus, to focus on fighting you, and follow you. Father, no one is like you. You alone, only alone. It's independent, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, powerful, potent king. There's no one beside you. You give no esteem. You give no esteem to other. That's why we worship you and you alone. We love you so much. We love you dearly. Give us the strength, Father, to do as we say, according to your word, without being lazy. Give us the strength, Father, so that we can complete what we need to do, so we don't miss out. We understand that year 2020 has been a critical, robotic, strange year, according to this so-called corona. Even though, Yah, that is part of your judgment, but the looting that went on, a lot of mask wearing that's going on, there's so much differences that went on today. This year, excuse me. Yah, if things get worse this coming fall and winter, prepare us for that. Help us to not turn our lives around against you. Keep us to continue to fight, to live, to stay of what is of you. Help us not backslide, because some of us are threatened to get murdered because we follow you, or threatened to go to prison or jail because we follow your truth. Anything specific. Or we don't want to take vaccinations. Anything specifically. Father, you as our physician. Father, you have proclaimed in the book of 3rd Maccabees, I forgot what chapter, but you are our governor. You are the governor. We don't trust the physical government. We trust you as our governor. You are better than the federal. You are better than the federal. You are better than every court system. You are the great judge. So how dare we go back if things get worse, knowing that we have to just focus on you. Focus on you. Just focus. Focus as warriors. We know warriors don't give up. Warriors don't give up. They fight. They fight. They fight. They fight for a purpose. Yahuwah may continue to protect our children from being taken, name of Yahusha, knowing that people desire to take our children. If I protect our children in the parking lots, like in Walmart parking lot, Jewel's parking lot, certain stores parking lot, stores different countries. Yeah, we understand that Halloween is coming. Protect our children against being snatched when they trick or treat. Even though I'm asking that you put an end to that, the trick or treat, even though I don't condone it. When we don't literally, they people trick or treat. Help these children stay home. Instead, in order for not to get taken, knowing that every year is a ritual party and Halloween or Hallows Day. Protect our children. Protect our teenagers. Protect our people. Help us continue to fight what's right. Help these people to work on themselves in order to love others so that others will have hope and the future salvation. That's why your son said, Yahusha in Matthew chapter 10, verse 22, for we should be hated for your name's sake, and he or she that endure to the end shall be saved. Tudah. Tudah. Thank you. Our Father which is in the firmament, Kadosh be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in the firmament or stars, quote unquote, heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us for our sins, for we forgive those who sin against us. Yah, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all kinds of evil. Yours is your power and your kingdom and your esteem forever. So be it. All right. Praise you, Yah. Praise you, Yah. All right. So we're going to deal with killing first and murdering later. So we're going to go in order on this, and hopefully you guys will understand the difference. So I'm going to look up the word kill. What does kill mean, right? What does kill mean? Okay. Okay. Now, so kill is based on hunting, right? Hunting animal, killing animal, and also to cause pain or anguish too. Okay. To get rid of or destroy completely, especially in large numbers. Interesting. Okay. And it means to cause death of. Now, let's look up the word murder and see what that is. Okay. So, murder now this make a lot of sense with these definitions. So, this means the unlawful premeditated murdering. Okay, I know some say killing, but murdering, put it that way, of one's human being by another. It means taking a life with no intentions at all, or evil intentions. Very difficult, unpleasant task of experience. It means to punish severely or be very, very angry with. Okay? It means to spoil by lack of skill or knowledge. Interesting. Wow. Doesn't that sound like people deceiving others so that they can be murdered? And, when it comes to their spirit and when it comes to the emotion, is this the reason why there are so much people they were quick to put their hands on you? We speak the truth against their lies that they agree with, and they want to quick to just sit there and murder you or threaten you or beat you up into death? Doesn't it sound like the book of Acts, chapter 7, that Stephen was murdered, not killed, murdered by the Jewish people, the religious leaders, by stones? This make a lot of sense with these two definitions. Now, just kind of repeat my disclaimer. Okay, we have a, like I said, we have people. I can't believe I want to talk about this. Praise your Lord. It's about His word. Once again, we've been brainwashed to think that if we take our fists, a gun, and we shoot a robber, we shoot a rapist that's trying to come after our children, that we just murdered someone. No, that is called self-defense. That is called killing. Okay, that is called killing. Yahuwah is okay with that. Okay, He's okay with that. Anywho, let's go to scriptures and prove some things on this. The first thing I want to go to is a missing book called Judith. Okay, some of you may be familiar with the book of Judith or Yahudith. Okay, so we're going to, like I said, we're dealing with the killing first, then the murdering first. Okay, we're going to deal with the reason of killing. We're going to deal with that killing do save people. We're going to deal with that. We're going to deal with that killing is adventurous. Okay, people like, what? Yes. Not saying we got to play a movie. No, but killing is adventurous according to a strategy. Okay, a strategy, a reason, a purpose. For example, one of our adventures is we kill roaches. Who kill roaches? Who don't kill a roach in your home or your apartment? Who don't kill a rat in your home or apartment? Don't get embarrassed. I used to have rats in my old place when I was a child, toddler. Trust me, when I was in high school. Okay, we had mouse traps. Do Yahuwah punish you for killing a rat? No. Does He punish you from killing a possum? No. Come on. So let's go to the book of Yahudah, right? And we go there. Let's go to chapter 13. Okay. Yes, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right. So yes, just trying to find it here. Excellent, very good job, Judith. Right. Okay. So before I read this, you got to highlight it. Oh, you can just use that one you like. Use it you like. Just got to find my highlighter so you're right. Oh, yeah, it's over there. Yeah. Okay. Just use that. So before I go here, before I read the chapter, Judith was a widow. She loved Yahuwah. She worshiped Yahuwah. She loved the children of Yashrael. She wanted peace for the sake of Yahuwah's people. She was a tough woman. and she understands about helping those that have a need. And she cannot stand leaders that's wicked. Okay, this doesn't mean that she hated them, but she couldn't stand their deeds. So let's go to verse 1 and chapter 13 in the book of Judith, right? Now, when the evening was come, his servants made quickness or haste to leave or to depart, and Megoas shut his tent without and dismissed the waiters from the presence of his Lord. Now, the Lord they're talking about, not capital Lord, was talking about Hophernes. In chapter 12, it talks about Hophernes, that he was a very wicked man, and he caused the children of Yashrael to want to go ahead and do wicked things. Okay, just like the book of First Kings, Second Kings, Judges had these false leaders, and they misled the children of Israel to go ahead and worship different deities and do mixed worship. So let's keep going, right? And they went to their beds, for they were all tired or weary, because the feast had been long. And Yehuda was left alone, or Judith, same in Hebrew, was left alone in the tent. And Hophernes, now that's the Lord, the false leader, Hophernes, lying alone upon his bed. He was filled with wine. So in other words, he was in drunkenness. Now Judith, or Yehudith, had commanded her maid to stand without her bedchamber and to wait for her coming forth, as she did daily. For she said she would go forth to her prayers, and she spoke to Bagoas, according to the same purpose. So all went forth, and none was left in the bedchamber, neither little nor great. Yehuda, or Judah, standing by his bed, said in her heart, O Yahuwah, Allah of all power, look at this presence upon the works of my hands, for the exaltation of Jerusalem, or Jerusalem. For now is the time to help your inheritance and to execute your enterprises to the destruction of the enemies which are risen against us. Verse 6. Then she came to the pillar of the bed, which was at Hophernes' head, and took down his falchion. Now, I don't know what falchion is, but let's keep going. From thence, or from there, and came near or approached to his bed, and took hold of the hair of his head, and said, Strengthen me, O Yahuwah, Allah of Yashrael, this day. And she smote twice upon his neck with all her strength or might, and she took away his head from him. Okay, so in other words, she decapitated the brother's head. She cut his head off. Ain't that something? Let's keep going. Okay, and tumbled his body down from the bed, and pulled down the canopy from the pillars. And immediately after she went forth, gave Hophernes his head to her maid, and she put it in her bag of meat. And so they two went together, according to their custom, into prayer. And when they passed the camp, they compassed the valley and went up the mountain of Ba'at Ulah and came to the gates thereof. Then said Judah afar off, or Yehuda afar off, to the watchman at the gate, Open, open now the gate, Alua, even our Alua, or Savior, is with us, to show his power yet in Jerusalem, and his forces against the enemy, as he has even done this day. Let me stop. We know that number one, Judith cut off the head of Hophernes. Number two, Yahuwah planned it. He planned it. The Israelites were in trouble under Hophernes. Judith was not punished at all when she cut the head off. Let's prove that she wasn't punished. Let's stop here. Let's go to chapter. Let's go forward. Give me a minute. Hold on. Okay. Let's go further in chapter 13 to verse 8. Let's go to verse 18. Let's see what it says. Yahoo said to her, O daughter, favor are you of the Most High. Yahoo was a man of Yah. Think about it. He even praised, okay? This was a follower of Yah. Let's keep going. Above all the women upon the earth, and favored be Yahuwah, Alua, which has created the firmament, quote unquote, heavens and the earth, which has directed you to the cutting off the head of the chief of our enemies. You see that? Of our enemies. For this your confidence should not depart from the heart of man, which remembered the power of Alua forever. For Alua turned these things to you a perpetual praise, to visit you in good things, because you have not spared your life for the affliction of our nation. Did you just hear that? Let me keep going. This is getting deep already. But have revenged our ruin. See that? Walking a straight way before Alua, and all the people said, so be it, so be it. When she killed Hophernes, she killed him for her people. They wouldn't do it. She did it. A widow. Come on, man. A widow that lost her husband in the book of Yehuda. Yahuwah used her. Let me ask you a question. How many folks will go to the White House right now and kill the president? No answer. You see my point? How many people will kill all the FBI murderers? Y'all see my point? How many people will kill your own pastor that's making lies to you? Now, I know y'all might feel uncomfortable right now. I get it. I get it. I truly understand. Okay? These questions reflect into, look what's going on with us right now. We are so brainwashed because, number one, we don't follow Yahuwah. Number two, we have not been trained to kill people that's trying to, rob our spirit. I'm preaching of what we're supposed to know. Why think our people dying and don't know Yahuwah? Huh? What about the witch doctors in our hospitals? What about them? That's causing our grandmothers and granddaddies and our brothers and cousins, etc., to go to chemotherapy. Are we not supposed to accept them? Are we to kill a cop if they tried to arrest us for something we didn't do? Now you might say, "Well, man, they will take you to prison." Well, brother, learn how to train to fight. Learn to use your weapon. This is deep. You can kill people, man. Cops do us like that. Why don't we just fight back? Now, I'm not a Black Panther. I'm not a so-called power to the people, Black Power. This is off of thought. When it comes to the word of Yah, this woman killed a dude, a Lord, man, cut the brother's head off, and a lot of people got saved of what she did. Let's keep going, man. This is already getting deep as I don't know what. She cut the man's head off like he was nothing. Cut the brother's head off. Um, Hold on, wait a minute. You know what? Let's go to chapter 14. Let's start from there. Let's go to verse 1. Then said Yehuda unto them, hear me now, my brothers, my brethren, and take his head and hang it on the highest place of your walls. And so soon as the morning appear, and the sun shall come forth upon the earth, take you everyone his weapons, and go forth, and go forth every valiant man out of the city, and set you a captain over them, as though you would go down into the field toward the watch of Ashur, but go not down. Then they should take their armor and go into their camp, and raise up the captains of the army of Ashur, and shall run to the tent of Hophernes, but should not find him. But then fear should fall upon them, and they should flee before your face. So you and all that inhabited the coast of Yashrael shall pursue them and overthrow them as they go. But before you do these things, call me Achor the Ammoni, that he may see and know him, that despised the house of Yashrael, and that sent him to us as it were to his death. Then they called Achior out of the house of Achihu, and when he was come, he saw the head of Hophernes in a man's hand in the assembly of the people. He found it on his face, and his spirit failed. But when they had recovered him, he fell at Yehuda's feet and reverenced her, and said, "Favor are you in all the tabernacles of Yehuda, and in all nations which hearing your name shall be surprised. Now therefore tell me all the things that you have done in those days, in these days." Then Yehuda declared unto him in the midst of the people all that she had done from the day that she went forth until that hour she spoke it to them. And when she had left off speaking, the people shouted with a loud voice, made a joyful noise in their city. And when Achior had seen all that Alua of Yashrael had did, you see that? Keep now Yahuwah proving that what Yahuwah have did through Judah. All right, let's keep going. He agreed in Yahuwah greatly and circumcised the flesh of his foreskin. Okay, and was joined into the house of Yashrael unto this day. Okay, um, and as soon as the morning arose, they hanged the head of Hophernes upon the wall, and every man took his weapons, and they went forth by the hands into the straits of the mountain. But when the Ashur saw them, they sent to their leaders, which came to their captains and tribunes, and to every one of their rulers. So they came to Hophernes' tent, and said to him that had the charge of all things, "Waken now our Lord, for the slaves have been bold to come down against us to battle, that they may utterly be destroyed. Let me be utterly destroyed." Verse 14. Then went Begoas and knocked at the door of the tent, for he thought that he had slept with Yehuda, Yehuda, but because none answered, he opened it and went into the bedchamber, and found him cast upon the floor dead, and his head was taken from him. Therefore he cried with a loud voice, with weeping, and sighing, and a mighty cry, and rent his garments. After he went into the tent where Yehuda lodged, and when he found her not, he leaped out to the people and cried, "These slaves have dealt treacherously. One woman of the Hebrew has brought shame upon the house of the king Nebuchadnezzar. For behold, Hophernes lies upon the ground without a head." Okay. When the captains of Ashur's army heard these words, they rent their coats, and their minds were wonderfully troubled. And there was a cry and a very great noise throughout the camp. Chapter 15, verse 1. We'll keep going. And when they were in, and when they that were in the tents heard, they were surprised or astonished at the thing that was done. And fear and trembling fell upon them, so that there was no man that dared abide in the sight of his neighbor. But rushing out altogether, they fled into every way of the plain and of the hill country. They also, uh, they also that had camped in the mountains round about by Achbulad fled away. Okay, then the children of Israel, everyone that was a warrior among them, rushed out upon them. Then sent Yatachahu and Betushamaun to Baal, to Chaul and Kula, um, and to all the coasts of Yashrael, such as should tell the things that were done, and that all should rush forth upon the enemies to destroy them. Now, when the children of Yahshua heard it, they all fell upon them with one agreement of consent, and killed them into Choyu. Likewise, also they came from Yarushalom and from all the hill country, for men had told them what things there were done in the camp of their enemies. And they that were in Gilead and Galilee chased them with a great slaughter until they were past Damascus and borders thereof. Okay, I can just stop because I think you guys understand what's going on in this picture. First of all, there was freedom. Okay, later on in chapter 16, they rejoice because the leader was killed. The leader was killed. That's what brought up the questions. What about us? What about killing the cop? The cop tried to come after us. What about killing the pastor? Pastor lied to a lot of people, or what would you do? What would you do if your pastor slept with your wife? How about that? Would you say, "Oh, pastor, I forgive you"? Would you if you keep constantly with your wife and abuse your wife? Would you say, "Oh, pastor, you my pastor, so I'm gonna love you still"? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I hope y'all see my point. Once again, she cut off the brother's head. These folks rejoiced. A lot of changes happened just like that. Once she cut off the man's head, they had liberty of Yahuwah. They came back to focus on Yah, man. It's funny how this is going because I mean it makes me think about the other nations, for example. Like if we look at Indonesia, for example. Okay, I know over there they like to eat up babies. You know why they eat up their babies? Because of two things: because of the government, and they worship some deity, and they trust on their pastor. Yeah, they have their own personal teacher. They know what they don't do. They don't kill. They don't kill. They just let them. They let this their so-called leader, uh, to take over their families, and that's why they've been taught to eat up babies. Baby soup. Look this stuff up, man. This ain't made up. How about Rio, Brazil? We got a lot of sin going up there because guess what? People don't want to follow Yahuwah. People don't want to learn how to kill their enemies. Huh? How about our clinics? Our babies getting shot up all the time by these witch doctors. They be like, man, why you call them witch doctors? Because believe it or not, these doctors is not true doctors. These are not physicians. Huh? But what we do, we go up there and we let them shoot up our babies with all types of poison. We don't learn how to get rid of them or kill them. Now, the reason I say kill them is because we got this thing where, oh, if you don't get your baby vaccinated, okay, they will take your babies away. Have you heard about that? Huh? We're dealing with a wicked battle. That's why Yahuwah allow us to kill. Okay, but let's keep going, man. I'm already getting. I really hope y'all getting this, man. Listen, this is not a false doctrine. Okay, Yahuwah allowed us to kill. Okay, we get our babies taken, and then also not condone in public schools, but we get these things that if your children ain't shot up at vaccinations, they can't go to school. You see what I'm saying? GCFS, they want to take our children. They're a bad system. How about Planned Parenthood? They like to abort our damn babies. Huh? You see what I'm saying? We got to think outside the box. We got to get our minds from this Christian mindset, religious mindset, saying that we gotta love our enemies. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we gotta love our enemies, but don't be stupid. There's a difference. We can love our enemies, but don't be a fool. You see what I'm saying? If you got to kill, it's a man. Let me. You know what? Shoo, my goodness. Let's go to. It's getting hot up in here. It's getting hot up in here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, um, chapter 3. You know, it's funny. There's a movie. You probably see it. Yeah, we'll see it anyway. There's a movie called Purge. Have y'all seen a movie called Purge? That they had weapons? Let this stick in your mind for a minute. The movie called Purge. Then again, they made three Purges, 3 or 4 Purge movies. Okay. What's another movie about this? There's another movie called Tombstone. The cowboys had weapons. Did they not use weapons to defend their families? You see what I'm saying? That's what we call Young Guns Part 2. They defend their family with weapons, did they not? Yes, they did. Let's go ahead and go to Ecclesiastes. We have to learn how to. We have to learn how to defend ourselves, not with just our fists, man, with weapons. We know we're dealing with one of the most powerful enemies in our life. Okay, and that's the powers that be. They got weapons, man. They got some weapons you probably heard of. Okay, this is what it says in Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the firmament, quote unquote heavens, a time to be born, and a time to die. Keep that in mind. Okay, a time to plant. Okay, when it's about plant, it's about gets by the word of Yah. Planting your field, growing your fruits and stuff. A time to pluck up, enjoy what you planted. Pluck up. Okay, or enjoy new friends, people that you helped. Now you pluck up. You got new friends, new people, new wife, wives, whatever. You got a husband, good husband, got children. Pluck up. You're getting results of what you planted, right? That which is planted. A time to kill. Wait a minute. It says a time to kill. Wait, didn't it say that? A time to kill? Oh my. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. Let this sink in your mind for a minute. A time to kill. This is Solomon talking. David's son taught this. There's a time to kill. Why do you think we have weapon stores in our states? Why do you think nations have weapon stores in their nations? Doesn't that tell us a sign that we can get weapons to defend our wives, huh? To defend ourselves, our sons and daughters are being taken, our cousins, huh? In-laws. Why do you think every year? And this is kind of make emotional, man. I'm trying to hang in there, man. Why do you think every year we got around what between 200 to like 500,000 children, an average being taken? Some be safe and been found, but some not been found. Have y'all noticed that? Doesn't it come from that daddy and mom's always so busy, don't get time to kill people? They try to come after their children. Do y'all see how the court system works? They got this dumbass thing talking about some, yeah, you going to jail for murder. Well, wait a minute. But what about my story, Your Honor, Judge? I don't want to say Your Honor because you was an honor. I really I don't say that in court, right? They say that you been charged with murder. How can that be? And the person just told the judge, but Judge, Mister or Mrs. He came after my wife. Judge, I came home from work. I saw a man on top of my wife, choking the hell out of her, and I had to do something. I fought him and stabbed him with a knife. But he says, no, you're going to prison because you have murdered him. Do y'all see where I'm coming from? This why America is full of shit. For real. Now, anybody, oh, he just spoke cuss word. Look, speaking shit and damn and ass ain't not a sin. I'm speaking another time in the future. Can you say those words? Don't bear with me. Okay? It's nonsense. They will make you look like you are the murderer when you kill someone out of self-defense. Me and my woman just saw a movie recently called The Burning Bed. This woman, check it out. They made the movie back in the 70s. A damn good movie. This woman was married to this dude, this probably like 10, 15, 20 years. And she burnt her husband while he was asleep. Why is that? Because the man could have went on ahead and murdered his wife. The man was abusive to his wife even while she was pregnant. Y'all hear me? She had 2 children. pregnant, was abused by this dude for years, man, years on end. The court system, they wanted her to go to prison, but she had a good attorney. They dropped her case because they understood that the killing that she did was self-defense. Okay, yes, I know she burnt them up, but hell, I don't blame the woman. I don't blame that woman. That dude could have, listen, she did that for her life. Let me tell you something. When you kill people, you save your own life. Especially if you know how to box or know how to wrestle, you sure how to pick up a knife, can you? To stab a robber or a rapist, a gangbanger? Huh? You know, can you so use that opportunity to save yourself. If you can't, if you know how to fight, just use a knife to do a quick move to stab, to slash a person. They'll be dead in front of you. Now you may say, well, wait a minute, you gonna be in jail. No, idiot. Call the cops and and explain what happened, and they will not take you to jail. That's just common sense. You see what I'm saying? That's common sense. Now some people bury the body, okay, but you did about self-defense. All right. Now let's go to this is gonna be huge. And if y'all hate me, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine behaved on. This has to be talked about. Man, we in 2020. Listen, we gotta go back to how it used to be, man. The ancient of times. Jeremiah 6:16 talks about that. Let's go Leviticus 20, verse 27. Leviticus or Yeraka 20, verse 27. This is gonna be a hot thing to talk about, but you know what? This is not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's about Yahuwah. That's it. That's it, man. We got to give the program. It says, a man also or a woman that has a familiar spirit or that's a wizard shall be put of death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood should be upon them. Let me ask, like, brother, why are you going in here? And this is the old covenant. Because this is an example that we should be doing today. We should kill those, for example, we should kill a psychic. If a psychic misled someone, caused an accident, you better come after that psychic or leave that person alone, rebuke that psychic. If that psychic try to come after you, and he should know you live, get ready to get a knife and stab him or her. Did you know Yahuwah allowed this for a punishable death that was justifiable? Hello? This was justifiable. Why they have to get killed? Because did you know a wizard and a familiar spirit can cause demons in your home? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Let's get real for a minute. Did y'all know they can call up dark spirits in your home? That's why Yahuwah allows to kill them. Huh? Why do Yahuwah don't want us to marry a wizard woman or a warlock man? No difference. Why do you think Yahuwah is going to punish those who are married to a witcher, a witch? Because we haven't killed the person or just didn't do it at all. The stoning or the killing is to keep the land clean. Huh? No different with pigs. What do pigs do? They kill anything they may see, but except for humans. But they eat anything to keep the ground clean. So no different with us when it comes to the stoning. We can yes, killing is good when it comes to this. Or not marrying to somebody like this, okay? Or killing them with kindness, with spirit. Be like, hey, listen, I'm not going to marry you. You. I can't do it. If she cries and moans, hey, so what? Or he cries and moans, hey, so what? So I just want to give here an example that This situation is very personal. But see, we understand today's time we live in underneath the system. They say, "Oh my goodness, if you kill somebody, you're going to prison." Yeah, we in that system right now. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I know. It's very unfortunate. Okay. Now I know Yahusha died against against being stoned and sacrificial laws. Okay. But I just want to show you this example of the old covenant about this stoning people. Let's go another example. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. They shall be put to death. Right? Once again, their blood should be upon them. You see that? Homosexuality, death. Okay, we got brothers, stepdads. They like to molest the mother's son. Did y'all know that? Killing is possible. It's okay. I know I may feel comfortable with this subject, but I tell you one thing: if Jehovah forbid, my son, if a man try to molest my son, I might kill him. Talk to him first, be like, brother, what's up, man? Why are you doing this? Man, beat his ass. You keep doing it to my boy. I don't joke around with that stuff, man. Don't differ with the woman, homosexual woman. Trying to molest one of my daughters and get her to be homosexual. She allowed to be killed, huh? Even if she known the truth, she know that being homosexual is wrong. But that's horrible. Okay, yes. Now I may say, but what about forgiveness? Yeah, forgiveness is fine. But what I'm saying, if a person constantly coming after your daughter, man, self-defense has to take place. Especially, let's say my work, and I'm at work, my daughter's at home, right? And let's say I give my woman another chance. My woman, let's say she did homosexuality, and she did it again. He'll forbid my daughter and mess around and kissing on her, my woman, her stepmother, rubbing her between her legs, and she doing her job with my woman once again. And then she tried to go ahead and kill her, murder my daughter. My daughter stabs her, self defense, killing her. Leviticus 20 and 10. What's the difference between killing and murdering, right? Now this is deep. This is one of the greatest I like right here. Okay. And the man that commits adultery or breaks wedlock with another man's woman, even he that breaks wedlock or commits adultery with his neighbor's wife or neighbor's woman, the man and the woman that breaks wedlock should put to death. Okay, this is righteous. It's justifiable to clean the land. What land I'm talking about? The land of Yashrael, the land of Yashrael. If you live in another land, you're grafted Yashrael, your land too. Got to keep things clean right here. You know what's funny about this verse? We got folks committing a lot of adultery, don't they? Don't we have a lot of adulterers in today's time? Why do you think there's a lot of adultery going on? There's no justification. There's no punishment. There's no warnings, no rebuke. Huh? People not using the word of Yah to help these people. People not being in jail for this. Did y'all know the system don't take you to jail for committing adultery, but they sure take you to jail, bro, if you so-called kill someone one day. Huh? By self-defense. In some cases. But I don't understand that. That man should be put to death in reality right now, in 2020. For real. See, when a man's wife, his ass should be killed. Real talk. Huh? Especially if the woman keep doing it too. She should be, yeah, absolutely. No joke. Now, I'm telling you, like I said, this may be very uncomfortable for some of y'all, but you know what? We're not Christians. We're not Christians. We're not Catholic Lutherans. We answer the word of Yah. Let's go to Exodus chapter 22, please. What's the difference between killing and murdering? Murdering. And let me add a record on this. Did not Yahuwah kill people? Did not Yahuwah kill people? We'll get into that too. Did not Yahuwah kill people? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Huh? So why can't we do it? Exodus 22, verse 2 and 3. It says, if a thief be found breaking up and being smitten, that he died, there should not blood be shed for him. Verse 2. Verse 2 is important. It says, there should no blood be shed upon him. What is this saying? This saying that when it's about the blood shed is murdering someone. But he said no blood should be in his hands, okay, or in her hands, because they protected their home. They protected their home. They protected their family. They protected their children. Verse 2 is very important when it comes to self-defense, especially those who took classes for boxing, took classes for um, took classes, know how to, self-defense classes. I'm not the best on titles when it comes to fighting, but that's good to do. Y'all know it's good to do that. It's good to have classes to learn how to fight. People go to the gym. Like I go to the gym. I'm a bodybuilder. I do that just to protect my family. Okay, I lift weights like crazy, like I'm in prison. My girl, they can tell y'all. She's like, "Damn, you bet you 355." I do bench 355. It's a lot of weight. Okay. Curling 50 pounds. Yes, I'm serious in that damn gym. My woman can lift 25 damn pounds with one each arm. So we prepare for strength. You gotta have strength to know how to defend your family, especially killing someone if somebody coming after you for no reason. We gotta get this mindset to some, we gotta forget. Like I said, you can forgive. But listen, there's a difference between forgiving your enemy and self-defense. Forgiving is great, but don't be stupid. Once again, man, you gotta do something. Like there's another movie called Ghost. You gotta see that Ghost movie. Have y'all heard about the movie Ghost? Well, Ghost. This dude he had a lovely woman, um, beautiful couple. This dude out of nowhere came after his woman to get some money. You think that dude said, "Oh, Father, name of Yahusha, Father, oh, I forgive him. Oh, Father," no, his white ass, fought dude. He fought him. Okay, he fought that guy at night in New York. Okay, the wife kind of panicked. You're like, "No, get back." Beat dude's ass, but dude did a cheap shot. He did a cheap shot and stabbed the white brother in the stomach and died. But I give him props for fighting though. He wanted to beat his ass to killing him, but the so-called black dude stabbed him. You see what I'm saying? We have to learn how to beat people's ass without being a coward, man. We got to learn to kill and just call it a day. Because we got a lot of freaks out here, man. We got a lot of murderers out here. We got rapists out here. That's why we got to protect our wives, man. We cannot. That's why our wives cannot always go out at night, man. Their ass got to be home, especially when they have children involved, man. Oh my goodness, y'all got to hear what I got to say. Let's go to First Samuel chapter 15, please. First Samuel chapter 15. What's the difference between killing and murdering? First Samuel chapter 15. Okay. So let's go to verse 1. Wanna wanna start from there. Verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Jehovah sent me to anoint you to be king over his people, over Yashrael. Now therefore, listen you unto the voice of the words of Jehovah. Thus says Jehovah, I remember that which Amalek did to Yashrael, how he laid wait for him in the way. When he came up to Egypt, came up from Egypt. Now go and kill or smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Did y'all just hear that? Y'all may be like, what? Yes, this was Samuel talking from Yahuwah himself in verse 1 to Saul's objective. Did you hear that? Why would he want to do that? Verse 2 again. Thus says Yahuwah, I remember that which Amalek did to Yashrael, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Amalek was a wicked king. He caused the children of Israel to hate Yahuwah. Did y'all notice that? He caused them to hate Yah, for them to worship different gods. That's what Amalek was. Okay? Let's keep going. And verse 4, Shaul gathered the people together and numbered them in Chalaum, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Yehuda. Saul came to see Amalek and laid wait in the valley. Saul said to Kahanum, go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekim, lest I destroy you with them. For you show kindness to all the children of Yashrael when they came up out of Egypt of Mitzrayim. So the Kahanum depart from among the Amalekim. And Shaul smote the Amalekim and Chalyah until you come to Shur, that is over against Mitzrayim. And he took Agag, the king of Amalekim, alive and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But Shaul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, oxen, and the fatlings and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was by and refused, that they destroyed utterly. Then came the word of Yahuwah and to Samuel, saying, it grieves me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he turned back from following me and has not performed my commandment. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried to Yahuwah all night. Let me stop. Why did Yahuwah was upset? Because Saul did not do what he wanted. Saul disobeyed Yahuwah's commandments. He didn't kill like he should kill. I'm noticing that I read verse 6 to verse 9, and I was like, then wait a minute, where is Amalek at? The brothers say one of the wicked kings. Another reason he was upset, because by him saving those people caused what? Mixed marriages with the Yashraelites to worship different gods. That's how we came to you know what's funny about this? No wonder why we kept Christmas, Easter, all these holidays, because our foredaddies did not kill these people that came up with the holidays. Did y'all know that? That's why Yahuwah is causing us to be cursed in America. You see that? Because we did not follow Yahuwah. Hopefully, we didn't follow him 100%. We kept the commandments of the religions. We kept the traditions of men. We didn't kill the ones who put us in slave ships. We were weak-minded. Hello, I'm preaching. Huh? We let them take over us and our children. Huh? We let them teach. We let them teach us English and teach. We let them cause us to become pastors in these churches. We didn't do a damn thing to these people. We just obeyed them. We obeyed the man instead of Yah, We did not did the customs of killing and keeping the commandments. But you know what's funny about this? I give the other nations props. Like, for example, the people up there in these islands, they got weapons like crazy. They got bows and arrows. They shoot you right away. If you are a, they do, man. They will get you. They will get you. If you try to trespass against their land, they will shoot you real quick with no pity. Yeah, but why is it we can't kill people over in America? I'm preaching, man. Why is it different over here? They can kill when they want to. Look at Pakistan, Iraq. They got weapons. It's right try to come up there, come after them. Huh? The Arabs. I give them props like nothing, man. They bold, but they claim they're evil. Really, it's American war that make them think they are. I mean, they don't leave that alone. That's another subject, another time. Okay, these folks ain't scared to shoot a damn gun. You hear me? We got young children that know how to use a weapon. What about our children in America? How about we know how to use a weapon? A shotgun, AK-47, a Magnum 57, or whatever you want to call it. Huh? How about learn to use a grenade? We've been taught to just use Christianity as a weapon. Are you kidding me? Man, I hope y'all getting this, man. So he was commanded to kill Agag. He didn't do the good job. So this is from Yahuwah's commandments. Woo. Boy. Let's go to Joel chapter 3, please. Oh, Yael chapter 3. Man, I know y'all probably like this guy crazy. I am crazy. I'm crazy for truth. I don't keep saying all the time. All right. We got to kill, man. We got to have a mindset of being distinctive between killing and murdering. We get to the murder part. Bear with me on today. So, Yael chapter 3. Oh, you out, excuse me. Okay. Let's go to verse 19 in the book of Yael, please. Yahuwah, Yahuwah is not a Yahuwah is not a joke. He's not a joke at all. He don't play games. Egypt or Metzanum shall be a desolation, meaning emptiness, right? And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Yehuda or Judah. That's part of Israel. Keep that in mind, right? Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Look at that. This is talking about a punishment, a killing. It's just a prophetic word for those who cause our people to worship different things and idols when it comes to these people right here. That's what that's saying. So don't be shocked in the future, guys and women, children. They be seeing dead bodies all over the streets. If you're still alive to see the tribulation period, don't be shocked. Don't be like, oh. No, you better calm down. You better worship your Lord. Don't look, stop. For real. Y'all think that this is y'all think what y'all think this is, what you think it is? Think again. Remember, we were sent here for punishment. We were sent here because of the disobedience. America ain't gonna last forever. Okay? Your child support, your WIC, your alimonies and all, whatever you want to name it, it's not going to be forever. Them people that control the government system, they're going to be part of the punishment of Yahuwah. They're going to be slaved, excuse me. They're all going to be slaved. Your presidents, everybody. The elite, the Jews, Illuminati, all of them. Your celebrities, let's say repent, them too. Yahuwah's going to purge this whole earth with his own killing, his punishment. Y'all think this is a damn joke? All this go past, man. That's not what I want to deal with. Yahuwah's going to end the world through killing, through destruction, through fire. So why is it people are scared when it comes to killing? It shouldn't be. But people fight all the time. Don't your face bleed? Your body bleed a little bit when you get into a fight? So what is this? What's the difference when you have a gun in your hand? People complain about that. Think about it. Let's go to one more, man. This might be like a shorter subject. Maybe. I don't know. Let's go to the book of Luke. No, you know what? No, let's keep going with this. No, let's keep going with this. What's the difference between killing and murder? Right? What is the difference? Um, Give me a second, guys. Hold on. There we go. So let's go to Luke chapter 22. And let's go to let's go to 22 verse 36. So this is what Yahusha was saying. Okay. Even though Yahusha had no problem about people killing people, when it comes to defense, when it comes to purpose, okay? And I'm not talking killing innocent people. No, enemies, fellas. Okay, for self-defense, protecting your rights, protecting your family. Okay, we all have rights. Okay, we have rights. Okay, we got to protect it. Verse 36. Then saying to them, but now he that has a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy a sword or buy one. Okay, doesn't that sound like some type of sign of self-defense? Buy a sword, like buy a weapon. Interesting, right? Um, let's keep going. Let's go further down. Let's go further down, right? Let's go to verse 48 in the same chapter. Okay, this is critical what Yahushua was saying. But Yahushua said unto him, Yehuda betrayed you, the Son of Man, with a kiss, or Judas. And when they were about to, and when when they which were about him saw what would follow, they said to him, Yahusha, shall we smite with the sword? But one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. And Yahusha answered, saying, allow you thus far, or suffer you this far. And he touched his ear and healed him. Then Yahusha said unto the chief priests, the captains of the temple, and the elders which would come to him, will you come out and against the thief with swords and staves? When I was there with you in the temple, you stretched forth no hands against me. But this is your hour in the power of darkness. Then they took him and led him and brought him to the high priest's house. And Peter followed far off, when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall and were sat down together. Peter sat down among them. Okay, so he asked a question. Go back, verse 52. Then Yahushua sent the chief priest and captain temple with the elders which had come to him. Be you come out against a thief with swords and staves? Okay, that's a question of, will you protect yourself against thieves? Will you protect yourself against thieves by using a stave or a sword? Yahushua was really saying, hey, listen, guys, I'm not a thief. I was just a servant. But they came against Yahushua thinking that he was just this wicked man, obviously. So even Yahushua himself have no problem of people killing people when it comes to self-defense. And you know what's funny? Even Peter smoked dude's ear off. Yahuwah didn't punish Peter for that, from that. That's the case. Yahuwah could have, allowed something to happen to Peter right away or later on. He cut the brother. Why would he cut the brother's ear off? Because he wanted to come out to Yahushua. So Peter was protecting Yahushua. Huh? What I said earlier in my disclaimer about protecting your family is kill them. Did I not say that? Nothing wrong with killing a robber. When a robber's coming after your wife, you're going to sit there and be on your knees and saying to the Father, oh, forgive him. No. You, you're gonna fight, idiot. You're gonna fight or kill the man. No, your wife is defenseless. Now, if she know how to fight, great. Awesome. I know how to use a gun. That robber's gonna run. And for y'all women that may not know how to fight, buy a weapon. Buy a weapon. And for your husband, may be afraid. I'm not trying to mock you, because some people may have a tendency to don't want to fight because they're scared of, it's whatever. All you have to do is all you got to do is just come down the kitchen and point the gun at the robber. He run away from your home. That's easy. Y'all can just do it that way. Did y'all know, like, my take on is 80-90% of robbers will run away from your home, your apartment, when you have a gun in your hand? That's easy. He'll run away, or she'll run away from your place real fast and won't come back. How about have a dog as your weapon? Huh? How about have a beast? A big dog, a Rottweiler, a bulldog to guard your house. For those who don't want to fight the robber, for those who don't want to use a gun, use a dog, man. You be shot. Dogs is like a weapon. They very good. They charge at the robber or the rapist. Hello, huh? Try that. It worked. That's why you would have dogs and beasts, etc., for a reason, for protection. Okay. Let's go to Let's go to Exodus. Let's go back to Exodus again. We're going to deal with a few witnesses that Yahuwah even killed people. Yeah, Yahuwah killed people too, man. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay. Excuse me. Yes, he did. Yahuwah killed people. He killed his enemies. He also killed enemies that was trying to destroy his people. We'll deal with that too. Yes, he did. Like I said, he killed. Yahuwah killed, man. He killed people. He did it for a good reason. There was good reasons of why Yah has killed people in the scriptures. I think I passed it up. Let me see here. Uh, all right, so let's go to chapter 14. And let's go to verse 19 in Exodus. And a messenger of Yah, which went before the camp of Yashrael, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it came to pass, and it came between the camp of Egypt or Metaron and the camp of Yashrael. It was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahuwah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters was divided. And the children of Israel went up into the midst of the sea upon a dry ground. That is a cool miracle he did. Wow, that's awesome. Wow. And the waters were a wall. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine that? Wow. So they walked in dry ground. The water was like a wall to them. Can you imagine seeing that before you? Can you imagine walking in the ground and both of your sides of your presence, you see nothing but water beside you and it will not fall on you? And the water's like 30, 40 feet tall. Wow. And it's like you just see like, ooh, I'm just getting chills. Think about that. Oh my goodness. Um, and the waters were a wall into them on their right hand and on their left. My goodness. And the Egyptians chased them or pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses and his chariots, his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahuwah looked to the host of Egyptians, of Metarum, through the pillar of fire of the cloud and troubled the host of Egypt. In other words, he killed the Egyptians. Look at that. He killed each and every one of them. Let's keep going. And took off their chariot wheels, and it drove them heavily. Egyptians said, let us flee praise Joshua, for you will fight for them against the Egyptians, right? Yahuwah said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the sea, and let the waters come again upon the Egyptians, and upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and Yahuwah overthrew the Egyptians in the middle of the sea. Wow. And the water returned, which was returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea. After them, there remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Yahshua walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were walled unto them on their. Thus Yahuwah saved Yashrael that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Yashrael saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. So this is part of purposeful killing. Yahuwah killed in justification for the sake of the Egyptians. Okay? Another reason he did it because, mind you, the Yashraelites, they probably didn't know how to fight, so Yahuwah did a miracle for them to kill them for them, to clean the land. Remember, it's for cleaning the land. Okay? It's to clean the land. To clean the land. That's what that was all about. Okay? Another example that Yahuwah killed people. Let's go to Genesis 38. Okay, I'll show you before. Genesis 38. Genesis 38. Okay? Yahuwah kills for reasons. Why can't we do that as well for reasons? It is not a sin to kill by self-defense. I want to say it again. It is not a sin to kill by self-defense. Genesis 38, verse 1. And it came to pass that Yehuda went down from his brethren and turned to a certain Adullam, whose name was Sarah. And Yehuda saw that there was a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And she took her and went into her. And she got pregnant or conceived and bore a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bore a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bore a son, and called his name Shalach. And he was in conceived. When she bore him, Yehuda took a woman for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Yehuda's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah killed him. Did you just see that? See that? He killed him because Yahuwah wanted to clean the land. What I mean by cleaning the land? Families, your neighborhood. What if the man was alive and he was not killed? He would have caused a major terror in the family. He would have went ahead and probably got that chick pregnant and got wicked ass children. Do y'all hear what? Do y'all see the point behind this? That's why Yahuwah killed the brother right away. Okay? Now y'all may say, well, we Christian or we whatever. We're supposed to just forgive them and let it be. Are you serious? So you saying that it's okay to screw a man? It's okay to screw a wicked man. You get pregnant by a wicked man, and you got children by him, and he's beating your ass. And you think that's okay? You want to forgive him and still marry him? Are you kidding me? So it's okay to let abusive man to beat the hell out you, and you ain't doing a damn thing. You say, "Oh Father, forgive him. Oh Father, Father, I know gotta love your enemies," and you want to be an idiot and stay married to him, knowing that you can just went ahead. If he keep putting his hands on you and trying to kill you, trying to murder you, you could kill him back. Huh? Did not that woman in the movie Burning Bed, did she not murder her husband? Anyway, I'm not saying why it's for y'all to kill your husband right away, made a mistake. Damn, not that part. Jeez. Like if he passed gas in the bed, don't kill him. I ain't talking about that. Oh, his feet stink, don't kill him. If you have a little argument, don't kill him for that. Jeez. Not that. Wives, don't kill your husbands over that, please. Or murder your husband. Okay. Or husbands, don't murder your wife. If her breath stink in the morning, that's what I'm not talking about here. Okay. Anyway. So it's good. Let's read this again so you can understand this, right? Verse 7. Yehuda's firstborn was wicked in the sight of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah killed him. Who knows? Maybe was into sun worship. Maybe was a murderer. Maybe he was. Who knows what that guy was? So Yahuwah quickly killed him. Maybe he caused cancer on this guy. Maybe he caused some type of disease. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep going. Verse 8. And Yehuda said to Onan, go into your brother's woman and get into a covenant with her and raise up seed to your brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went into his brother's woman that he spilled his semen or spilled it on the ground, his semen, unless he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which did displease Yahuwah, wherefore he killed him too. You know what this reminds me of? Women that feel so lonely and they feel like they're nothing and they feel less than when a man want to cause to be pregnant. That's why Yahuwah killed him. How many of y'all women feel like that? You know, y'all might have a husband and let's say you're with him for like 15, 20, 25 years. They keep saying, I don't want you to. He just getting mad because he don't want you to get pregnant. Because he keeps saying, I'm busy, right? And y'all feel so horrible. Y'all feel so horrible that some of y'all women, y'all drink to death. Y'all just get drunk because y'all can't have a child by the husband. That's why Yahuwah killed that man. Did y'all know that when y'all wives that you listen to me, they may listen to me later, okay, or husbands, okay, that when women don't have a child and you have a child, the man have semen, right, and he just constantly don't want to get his wife pregnant, that make y'all wives go crazy. That make y'all just want to get another husband. Make y'all feel insecure. It make you feel less than. Make you feel like you is not important. And make y'all women to be depressed. I know. So that's why Yahuwah killed that man Onan. He didn't want to give her children, huh? And that woman she was a wonderful woman. Okay, he killed him. He did not want it nothing. He wanted to just how can I say this? Treat her like she just a prostitute virgin. Because did y'all know that when I'm just speaking out the contrary, but did y'all know, men, if y'all don't want children for y'all women, y'all treat them like they hoes in a way. Y'all hating your heritage. That's prostitute. That's like a pimp. That's like a pimp and a prostitute. Pimps don't like to impregnate prostitutes. Am I right? Yeah, they like to get their condoms, right? Now I'm not saying that if you're not ready to have a child in your first 1 or 2 or 3 years, give me your fourth year. That's different. But I'm talking about for a very, very long time. Very long time. Somebody may plan on want to get a child and get a house. That's fine. Or get land. That's fine. Okay. Somebody want to plan to get a child when you get an apartment. That's fine. But I'm talking about those who always want to wear condoms. How about you take off that damn condom and use your penis to be a man and get her pregnant and be a daddy? Okay. Be a daddy. So, stop it. She has a vagina for a reason, not to just get used for sexual pleasure between you and her, but to get her pregnant. Y'all trim me out with this thing that y'all don't want to have no baby because y'all scared. Y'all yeah, that's the first thing y'all say, oh, I'm scared. You scared to get her pregnant? Are you kidding me? Some of y'all say, oh, because I love video games. I want to have a lot of time with video games. Are you kidding me? I like video games, but I still want to get children. I mean, I don't play video games all day. I may play games almost every day, but I don't play every day. I don't play it for 10 to 15 hours a day. That's crazy. I, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a son, but unfortunately he's not here because his crazy mother. I'm gonna speak too much on that, but it's okay. I'll be who's gonna fade me one day to get my boy back. Y'all men got to learn how to quit wearing condoms all the goddamn time and y'all been with your wife for damn near 10 or 15 years, and you ain't got a child yet? What you doing? You got a house? You got money? Huh? You got $3 to $5, $10,000 in your account? Your wife got some money? What are you waiting for? Anyway, he killed them because of that. He withhold an inheritance. Okay? Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 25, please. Yes, Yahuwah killed people. Like I said, he killed people for a reason. And y'all people need to quit judging people and saying, "Oh, see, you going to damnation because you killed somebody." Are you kidding me? How can you say you're going to damnation because you killed somebody by self-defense? That's like saying you're going to damnation because you fought somebody because they were trying to fight you. Are you kidding me? Yahuwah killed people. Yes, he did. He allowed it. He killed, slew. He allowed it. Let's go to 1 Samuel 25, verse 36. We're gonna start from there. Good stuff. All right. If you have any concerns, email me or give me a comment. Yahuwah is life 27 at gmail.com. Yahuwah is life 27 at gmail.com. Praise Yahuwah. It says, and Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. Nabal's heart was very excited, merry within him, for he was very drunk or drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing less or more until the morning light. Verse 37. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was going out of Nabal, and his woman had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. Look at that. I think he had a heart failure. Yeah. The guy just died instantly. Look at that. She became a widow. Why did he become a widow? Why did she become a widow? Because earlier in the chapter, this guy was like wicked. It's nuts. This guy was nuttier than a Snickers bar. This guy had no honor, no respect towards David, his people. And who knows? He probably was putting his hands on his wife. Who knows? Now Abigail could have went ahead and cut him off, divorced him, but you know what? I respect that she's still with her husband. You got some wives. They would put up with their husband's BS bullshit. They will. They would. Some of them. Okay, they would. But some ain't gonna put up with that. Some women's gonna leave. See what I'm saying? If the husband is constantly abusive, putting his hands on his woman, always calling out of her name, you know what I'm saying, and controlling her, telling her, you ain't going nowhere, you ain't never going anywhere, but he can get the lead when he wants to. Someone ain't gonna put it with that. You see what I'm saying? But Abigail, she was a strong wife. Damn, she put up a lot of his brother's stuff. But Yahuwah allowed the death to happen. Okay? But look, at verse 38, it's evidence. It says, and it came to pass about 10 days after that, Yahuwah smote Nabal. So Yahuwah killed him by allowing him, be a stone, and the brother was just out. Okay? All right? We'll go to one more. One more, okay? How about let's see, hold on. I have plenty of um, plenty of this, what he did. Jeez. Let's go to the book of Numbers. Let's go Numbers chapter but my bar on Numbers, the book of Numbers, chapter 15. I think that's the chapter, ain't it? Wait, is it 15? Is it the chapter? Wait. That's probably not it. Sorry. Um, oh, gee, what chapter was that? What chapter was that? Okay. Um, oh, jeez. Yeah, it is. Sorry. Okay, so Numbers 15, verse 32. We're going to start from there. Numbers 15, verse 32. All right. Here we go. It says, and while the children of Israel or Yashrael were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and to all the assembly. And they put him inward because it was not declared what should be done to him. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, the man shall be surely put to death. See that? And all the assembly should stone him with stones without the camp. And all the assembly brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones. And he died, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. Okay, so this is another example of purposeful killing. Okay, this to keep the land clean, according to the Shabbat. Yahuwah killed them. He allowed them to kill them with stones. Okay, gathering sticks is like exercise, by the way, like exercise. All right. I think y'all got a clear. I think y'all got a hint on killing. We dealt with Yahuwah. He killed people. He killed wicked people. Um, Saul killed what he supposed to kill, but he disobeyed. But it's okay. But he did kill. Um, we dealt with a few examples. Oh, let me go to one more verse. This verse. Let's go to Exodus 20 and 13, and this will connect to the murdering thing. But I noticed this verse is added and taken away. No, took away and added. So Exodus 20:13 says, "You should not kill." Now, there's a problem with that because this makes us to know the Catholic Church mistranslated that verse, or the scribes, okay, or maybe the Anglo-Saxons. It should have said, "You should not murder," because how can that be when it's one you should not kill? That I just read some testimonies that people killed others for purposes. That people were killed because of major sins they did, commit adultery, etc. Right? And it says you should not kill. So your translation should say you should not murder. Which we're going to talk about right now. So before I get into talk about this issue today, We have a lot of murderers today. Lots of them. We got different versions of murderers today. Psychopaths, child molesters. Yeah, believe it or not, child molesters. Yes. We have gangbangers today. We have drug dealers today. We have cops. Don't get me wrong. There are, I would say, 10% or less people that are very nice. They are cops, but 90% are assholes. They will murder you. You got the FBI, you got the CIA, or Central Intelligence Agency. We got abusive husbands. Believe it or not, they can be murderers too. We got abusive wives too. They can be murderers too. Um, you also got abusive young men, young women. We're not talking 20. We're talking like 15. Did y'all know we got 10-year-olds or less? Look at YouTube that did murder cases. Did you know there was a guy, and I told my wonderful lady about this, that he cut his mom's head off? This guy played off this movie called Step Up 3D. No, Step Up 3. Look that up. The reason why he cut off her head, murder, obviously, because she used scripture verses to try to help her son out. And the man was chasing her around in the living room to the kitchen, whatever, and caught her and cut her head off. Look this up. I'm not making this up. Cut her head off like she was nothing. That's murder. Ain't killing. That's murder. Okay. We also have now the spiritual side. Now this is a tough one. Bear with me, guys. We got prostitutes. You're like, what? Yes. Which one? That's one a spiritual aspect. Let me explain what that is. How can a prostitute be a murderer in the spirit? Simple. When a man is screwing a woman and a prostitute, a lot of times without a condom, he gets what is called change your mind syndrome. Let's say a man of Yahuwah, he fell into sin. He can't access a prostitute. Trust me on that. He's going to change. He's going to go back. He's going to stop following Yahuwah. He's going to stop keeping the Shabbat. The prostitutes don't give a damn about that. They want their money from that man. Don't give a damn. And they won. They murdered him spiritually, but he allowed it. That's why I said prostitutes, harlots. Okay. Oh, let me add on the record. Let's say he got one of them pregnant. He's dead for good. He's dead. They got a bastard son or a bastard daughter that's wicked. Come on. Come on. That's why I want to teach on the future. What's the difference between committing adultery, a homemonger, divorce? I'm gonna do all that in the future. Yeah. I might talk about polygyny as well. Polygyny. What is polygyny? But anyway, that's a murder. She murdered him, or they murdered him in spirit. Y'all remember what happened with Solomon, right? Solomon? What happened to him? He had like prostitutes, meaning he had spiritual prostitutes. These women were worshiping different gods. That's called adultery in the spirit. They commit adultery in the spirit. They worship different deities. And what did Saul do? Saul went ahead and worshiped those gods with his wives. Hello. You also got priests. You got pastors. These are spiritual murderers now. Listen to me. You also have spiritual dads, spiritual wives. Wicked spiritual parents. They want you to keep religion. That's spiritual murdering. Okay, and by the way, I'm talking about those who know the truth. That's now those who may not know it. I ain't talking about them. They didn't know. Let's see what else. False scriptures. You know, they into this. They into their own personal scriptures. Okay. Did y'all know that the devil got his own scriptures? It's called Satanic Bible. Look it up. The Book of the Dead. At this part of murdering, yes. things. Hmm? Okay, so I just wanted to speak out a few things on that. Let's go to scripture. Oh, let me add the record. Cannibalism is definitely murdering people. Yeah, oh my goodness, do y'all know what that is? Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's talk about that. Let's get that out the way first. Yeah, cannibalism is murdering people. Let's go to Jeremiah 19 and 9. Yeah, cannibalism. You know, I'm tempted to talk about it. Cannibalism is eating people. It's eating people, eating flesh of humans. Okay, that's what cannibalism is. When y'all get a chance, look up McDonald's. Truth or not, McDonald's got human flesh in the burgers. Okay, look that up. Y'all like, are you crazy? I am. I'm crazy for truth. I've had McDonald's almost 10 years now. I will never eat a goddamn burger from them. Never in my damn life. I call it Children's Burger Restaurant. Look up McDonald's. Look up Rabbi Finkelson. That's his name. Okay? These people is wicked out here, man. Y'all think this is what y'all think? What you could think it is? Like I asked earlier? Man, this world is full of wickedness, man. Yes, when you eat a burger, you eat a child's burger, a children's burger, or a human burger. Okay, why do you think people get missing every year? What think they what think they really take them at? You think it's take them at home, but like, oh, honey, come and put your pants down, your panties. I'm gonna screw you all night. No, they take people in chambers. Okay, chambers. Look this stuff up, man. Don't take my word for it. They would cut up these people's flesh. Do you hear me? Look up the movie called Hostel. Remember, a woman saw Hostel. Three parts of Hostel. Hostel is the copycat of what happens in reality, especially in Moscow and in Russia. You know what they did in that movie? They cut off these people's body parts and they put them in these big ass these carriages. I'm not gonna say it again though. But they act like what people do in real life, man. Y'all think this stuff is a joke? They got things in underground that you didn't even imagine. They got stuff underground, and our children is under there now. You know, being sold to McDonald's. These flesh, man, and to our makeup. Did y'all know that they put fetuses in our makeup? Maybelline. What else? My goodness, y'all what is making so many. Um, oh my goodness, Revlon. Uh, these other makeup y'all put on something basic. Put on generic makeup. This stuff is real, man. Our Pepsi drinks got fetuses in it. You better if they grind it up really hard, put it out. That's all drink Pepsi no more. So it's part of cannibalism. So we got to be careful of what we're drinking and eating. Look up history, man. Anyway, it's part of a curse. It's part of a curse. So Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 9, and we're gonna go to Ezekiel chapter 5. Let's go to Jeremiah. Um, Matter of fact, let's go to verse 1 to get an intake on why Yahuwah allowed this. And we're dealing with the difference between killing and murdering, right? Y'all better come to Yahuwah really fast. Stop wasting your time. Stop talking about I need some time and stop it. Y'all don't want to get involved, do you? In these curses? I hope not. Thus says Yahuwah, go and get a potter's earthen bottle and take of the ancients of the people and of the ancients of the priests, and go forth into the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is by the entry of the geese gate, and proclaim there the words that I should tell I should tell you, and say, hear you the word of Yah, O kings of Yehuda, inhabitants of Jerusalem. Thus says Yahuwah, Eloah of Yashrael, behold, I'll bring evil upon this place, the which whatsoever he hears, whoever hears, his ears to tingle, because they have forsaken me. Oh, that makes sense. They have forsaken me and have estranged this place and have burnt incense in it to their other gods. Oh, that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about? Yahuwah's people. Look at that. Let's keep going. That makes a lot of sense now. Whom neither they nor their dads have known, nor the kings of Yehuda, and have filled this place with blood of innocence. Okay? Does that sound like murdering? Let's keep going. They have built also a high places of Baal. That's not a church. We're going to deal with what is the church in the future. Okay? What is a synagogue? We're going to deal with that in the future. Okay? Remember, it's one high places, just talking about temples, quote unquote churches, or synagogues. Okay? Remember, Baal means Lord. That is a Baphomet god, a goat, a unisex goat god, Baphomet. Okay? Baal, a god of sacrifice. Let's keep going. To burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings unto Baal, which I command not, nor spoke it. Neither it came to my mind, verse 6, therefore behold, the days come, says Jehovah, that this place shall be no more called Tophah, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. And I will make emptiness empty or void the counts of Yehuda and Jerusalem in this place. And I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hands of them that seek their lives. And their carcasses will I give to be meat for the fowls of the firmaments, quote unquote heavens, and for the beasts of the earth. And I will make this city empty or desolate, and a hissing. And when it passes by, excuse me, and when it pass thereby, shall be surprised and hiss because of all the plagues thereof. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat everyone the flesh of his friend. Wow. This what the word says. Y'all think this is a joke? Let's keep going, man. Even his friend. Ain't that something? Doesn't mean so-called friends, maybe? Let's keep going. And the siege and straightness wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall strengthen them. This is a prophecy. This is going to get worse in the future. You know what this reminds me of? Dead Man Walking, that movie, Zombies, World War Z, which you want to see, Resident Evil, which you want to see, eating up people. That's a depiction of what is like in the prophecy of this book, of this verse, this situation. Call me to eat up their people, eating them up, man. These are my wicked people that do not keep the commandments. You sure we gotta have weapons just in case? Does it ring a bell, fellas? Wow, that sounds stupid. Does that sound stupid? Yekaskel. Let's go to Yekaskel, chapter 5. Or Ezekiel, chapter 5. That's why I tell y'all people, teach your children when they are young. You don't want them to eat you up, do they? You don't want them to eat you up. listen, listen. I'd make a joke out of it, but no, no, realistically. Y'all better teach your children while they're young. You don't want to go older in 30s and 40s, and it will eat you up. Eat a mom and dad. Eat y'all up and put you on a burger or something. For real. For real. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Because remember, these are wicked. Remember, he said for them not keeping the commandments. This over there not keeping commandments. Y'all better teach y'all children and come to Yahuwah. Stop trying to rely on your religions. The priest, pastor, ain't gonna stop y'all from eating up people. They can't do that. They don't got the power. They don't love Yahuwah that you thought they could have. They don't love him. Ezekiel 5, man. This is no joke. That's murder. Boy, I tell you. Let's go to verse 8 from chapter 5, please. It's a similar, it's chapter 19 of Jeremiah. Okay. Therefore, thus says Yahuwah, behold, I, even I, am against you, and will execute judgments in the midst of you in the sight of the nations, to his people again. Okay. And I will do in you that which I have not done, and whereto I would not do any more delight because of all your abominations. Therefore, the dads shall eat their sons in the midst of you, and their sons shall eat their dads. Doesn't sound like chapter 19. It's not the same thing, right? Verse 9. I will execute justice in you, and the whole remnant of you will I scatter into all the winds. Did not a situation happen in Venezuela last year, 2 years ago? Venezuela had a major blackout. Look that up. Did y'all know people were getting eaten up in Venezuela? Look that up. Don't take my word for it. There was a major crisis that happened in Venezuela. There was poor. There was a blackout. A lot of things went on, and people were hungry. They could not look it up. These folks were getting eaten up. These some people eating each other up, man. This is no joke. It was like zombies in Venezuela because of disobedience against Yahuwah. You know why we're not getting affected here in America yet? Because maybe we got followers here in America. Y'all better be glad we got followers here in America that doing the will of Yah. You ain't stupid though. He's not stupid. So he's giving us way more chances to repent of our sins. If not, you're in a rude awakening. I'm just saying, y'all better watch it. Let's go with this murdering thing. Now, murdering people is a sin. So let's say y'all understand about the killing. Y'all get understanding with that. Okay. If not, just give me an email, give me a comment right away. Let me know what's up. Okay. I'm ready to ask the questions. Okay. If I don't know a question, I don't know it. I'm just an honest person. Okay. But we're gonna deal with this problem with this murder thing. Now, let's go to Exodus 21 and 14. Exodus 21 and 14. Exodus 21 and 14. But if a man comes presumptuously meaning like having a major attitude problem, come in like crazy, uh, be like an extortionist, just being nuts, right? But if a man comes presumptuously upon his neighbor to murder him with deceit, guile, you should take him from my altar that he may die. Okay, so he that is murder, and you're always going to deal with that person unless he or she repent. And then let's stay in the same chapter, and let's go to verse 12, please. Verse 12. He that smites a man so that he die shall be surely be put to death. Punishment. Murder. This is murder right here. Okay, remember I said earlier, it's not a sin to kill, but it is a sin to murder. So what I'm doing, I'm giving y'all scripture of signs, witnesses of murder. Okay. So we got 2 verses so far. Okay. And then let's go to Exodus 20, Leviticus 24, verse 17 through 22. Leviticus 24, 17 through 22. Okay. Verse 17. And he that murders, you see how the trickiness here, they got kills right here. See, it's supposed to be murder. You see my point here? See how the translator put kills? They're supposed to be murder right here. Or annihilate, okay? Or take somebody's life. Not kill. 24 verse 17 through 22. And he that murders any man should surely be put to death. Okay? Murders anybody, any woman, child, man. Let's keep going. And he that murders a beast shall make it good. Beast for beast. Now, I do not understand that. Please forgive me. I don't understand that. Okay? But last I checked, you can't hunt for animals. You can kill a deer for meat, for dinner. Okay? And if a man cause a blemish in his neighbor, which he had done, shall be done to him. Now, this is a spiritual aspect. Blemish means defile. So, for example, let's say, Jehovah forbid, I taught somebody how to have sex, and I said, hey, yeah, go ahead, you can have sex with anybody. I just caused a blemish on that neighbor. A blemish. Remember, that causes sin. That's sinful. Jehovah's gonna put that on me. That's spiritual bloodshed that I give in my neighbor. That's called spiritual murder. As I said earlier, you can murder people in the spirit. Let's stop here. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 7, please. Let's prove that example, another one. Okay. Remember, blemish is a nasty, sinful act, like masturbation, fornicating against women all the time, doing oral sex, having sex with a man, you're a man. I'm telling you all, you can do all of that. I cause that person a blemish. That is an unclean sin. Okay, it's nasty, it's stupid, it's abominable. Okay, let's go to 2 Corinthians 7:1. It's verse 1, please. So we got to say clean against sexual sins, unclean sin, right? So 2 Corinthians 7, verse 1, it says, no rush. It says, having therefore these promises, dear beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh. You heard that, right? And spirit. Okay. So perfecting kadush or set apartness. I know it says holiness, but man, that's a pagan word. It says in the fear of Yah. Okay, so we have to be careful of being friends with certain people. They can lead you to sin. Okay, um, okay, especially y'all women. Y'all be careful when you have women friends. Because they can send y'all off to do something sinfully. Let's say a woman may teach y'all to do oral sex, and y'all do oral sex with your husband. That's a sinful thing. That's the Egyptian sexual ritual act for their deity. I forgot the name of it. Okay, so that's a blemish. That's not right. Or somebody, let's say, woman, you're single, you've been lonely for 25 years. A woman tell you, teach you how to masturbate. You masturbating? That's a sin. Okay, that is an unclean act. That's not for your spirit. Okay, because when you masturbate, you are actually giving homage to satanic demonic spirits of lust. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know demons work with lust? like negative lust, sex. Okay, so but there are different demons. They got different names, like um, incubus, succubus. You have sexual encounters with fallen spirits when you masturbate. Believe it or not, that's why people have these dreams. They wake up, they panties is wet with semen. The man, this is real, man. They trunks is wet with semen because they had sexual encounters with a spirit. And you notice that people can't move and they feel good sexually. Well, that's the spirit having sex with you, an incubus or succubus spirit. So masturbation plays a role of that. But I don't get too deep on them. That's another time about masturbation. Okay, so we got to be careful. We got to keep ourselves clean against unclean sin. Okay, so that's called being murdered in the spirit when it comes to being blemished. Okay, remember when you are being murdered, when you are doing wrong, you are murdering yourself to the spiritual damnation. You are murdering the spirit. You are grieving the spirit. Excuse me. You are grieving the spirit, but you are murdering your hopes to get saved. You destroying yourself. Anyway, let's keep going. Verse 20. Breach for breach. Let's look at the word breach, and let's see what that word means. Breach, right? All right. The word breach means an act or failing to observe a law, agreement, code of conduct. It means violation, breaking, non-observant. It also means neglect and transgression. So, breach for breach or sin for sin, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth for tooth. As he has caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done to him again. Okay, I kind of understand this one, but let's keep going. Or maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe this is talking about if a person strikes somebody in the face and they bleed all over. Click to my text. I notice it says eye for an eye, so if you get hit in the eye by somebody and you bleed from the eye. Tooth for a tooth, get your tooth knocked out. Broke a tooth, cause a blemish. Because when you bleed, that's a blemish, right? Okay, that's probably what that is. Dealing with a fight, like somebody want to fight you for no reason, or they fight you because of the word of Yah, or they fight you to death. They try to, they beat you up. You can die for being beaten up, right? Yeah, if you get beaten up, depends how many strikes you get. Okay, punches you get, stuff like that. He that now I'm gonna say kill a beast, he shall restore it. He that murders a man, he should be put to death. Okay, okay. Same thing, murder man. Okay, there you go. Okay, kill a beast and shall restore it. I'm not sure what that's like, but let's keep going. Verse 22. You shall have one manner of law as well for the stranger. That's one of your own country from you. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so you get a little insight of these verses. These are all signs of murdering other people. Okay, especially spiritually. But let's go on and keep going here. Okay, let's go to James chapter 2, verse 11. James 2:11. James 2:11. All right, so James 2:11. James 2. Okay, so it says, for he that says, do not commit adultery or do not break wedlock, saying, do not murder. So there I go again, do not murder. Now, if you do not commit adultery, but yet you murder, you become a transgressor of the Torah. See that? Makes sense? Um, this kind of reminds me of religious people, some of them. One thing I noticed with this chapter and verse, you know what this remind me of? This remind me of cold cases. Have y'all heard that, you got some people, they are religious, and they get caught in murdering their own son or daughter. And these are the same people, they go to institution, but they don't steal, they don't commit adultery, but they murder their own children, or they may murder a stranger. Did y'all know that you got some people, they will shoot you down because you so-called black? And these people have religion, either a Catholic or a whatever religions. Think I noticed that? So this is part of transgressing the law, the commandments. So when he's saying this, we are guilty of the commandments. We are considered wicked, especially when we practice in hypocrisy of murdering people, but you look like you a set apart man or woman. Wait a minute. Something's wrong with that picture. Something's wrong. Something's not adding up. Because wow. Oh my. Yeah, make a lot of sense. We got people that's like that. We got people that claim they love Jesus. Oh, they're Jesus. They're God. And they do this all the time, especially prejudiced people. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. They will murder you if you walk in their neighborhood. And these people go to church. I'm not lying. There's a movie called The Bronx Tale, which you got to see as well. This Israelite, so-called black man, went into an Italian neighborhood and they beat the hell out of him because he was a so-called black man. And these folks go to the Catholic Church. Do y'all get my point? This reminds me of this verse 11 right here. They know the commandments. They doing, like I said, they not thieves. They not extortioners. They not rapists. But they love to murder people. That's not part of their race. Uh-oh. Let's keep going, man. Ain't this part of murdering somebody? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 19. We're not done yet. What's the difference between killing and murdering? What is the difference between killing and murdering people? Hopefully, you guys get an understanding on what's talked about today on this subject. Murdering and killing, right? What's the difference? Let's see. Verse 11 in Deuteronomy 19 says, but if any man hates his neighbor and lie in wait for him and rises against him and smite him mortally, that he dies and flees into one of these cities. Verse 12, then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him there and deliver him to the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die. You know what this sound like? Executioner. Execution, right? We know it's murder in verse 11. We know it was unintentional. It was intentional. It was a thought. Verse 12 sound like execution. One thing I would say about America, I'm glad they got this law that if you did a major crime, they take your electric chair. I like that. I like that. That is, if you rape a girl to her death, nearly or death, execution. If you murder a man's wife, murder a man, execution, execution. But even though they can't hypocrites, let's not go too far on that. I don't want to go too sweet on the system, because you know it's funny. Uh, you got folks that was murdered, like George Floyd and all these other folks. The folks that murdered them, they didn't get caught up. They should have, right? Right? For murder, because here's the thing: murder would give room for punishment, right? You're giving punishment the opportunity to pursue you of your wicked acts with no repentance. Okay, that's why Yahuwah takes murder very personal, very personal. He takes that personal. So people, we got to learn how to love our neighbors as ourselves, and stop trying to murder people over $10 over something he or she did 10 years ago. Are you kidding me? You still hold on to that, and they want to murder your own brother. You want to slay your own kind because you're a gang banger. Murdering folks is not going to solve your salvation in the future. It ain't going to solve any damn thing. It's going to make you just be damned. That's all. Unless you repent. Unless you repent. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's go to the book of Luke, right? If that's a chapter. No, let's go to Matthew 24. Yeah, Matthew 24. So yeah, let's go look into this. Okay, so let's go to verse 9. Let's go to verse 9. What does it say? It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall murder you. Now, it should say murder, not kill, murder. And you should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Who is he talking about? He's probably talking about the religious leaders, maybe a cop, authorities. They got this thing, probably they say, oh, we got a new bill signed. Oh, those who follow Yahuwah should be murdered. That version. That's what it's talking about. So even if you are murdered for the sake of Yahuwah, you good, but they not, right? Remember, Yahuwah don't want us to take lives, not like that. He don't want us to take lives. He wants us to love people. But the problem is, the reason that people are murdering folks because what does it come from? Satan worship. Did you know when people murder each other, they worship the enemy? They act like the ways of the enemy, what he would do, Satan. Murder is taking a life, right? Let's go to Revelation chapter 22. Murder, right? Obviously, there are consequences for being a murderer. There are consequences. Yeah, there are consequences. Let's go to verse 15. For without our dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loves and makes a lie. This is talking about no room for murderers in salvation, and also for other problems. You notice we got the word whoremonger right there. Okay, a whoremonger. Okay, a man that likes to have sex with women only. That's it. We'll deal with that another time. Whoremonger. Okay, I'm just getting out scriptures, point out some, do point of view of murdering. So bear with me. Let's go to Proverbs. Even Proverbs talks about murdering people that Yahuwah don't like, right? And see, the reason, another reason that, chapter 1, by the way, another reason that murder is so bad is because we got breath of Yah. So when we murdering people, we taking away the breath of Yah of a human. We taking away the life. That's why Yahuwah gets really upset when he's seeing murdering every day, or nearly every day, or every night. There's always something going on. So that's why Yahuwah is angry with the wicked every day. That's in Psalms chapter 7, verse 11. He's angry with the wicked every day. So when you taking a life, you it's like you stealing a life when a person murders someone for no reason. Or for a reason, for a bad reason, a stupid reason. Not a good reason. A bad or stupid reason, or a greedy reason. Proverbs 1, verse 10. We're gonna start from there, right? Murderers, right? My son, if sinners entice you, or lure you, or tempt you, consent not. Meaning, don't agree. Don't agree with what they're doing. If they say, verse 11, Come with us. Let us wait for blood. That's why murdering. Come on. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Murdering. This is also talking about a spirit too. Okay. Let us swallow them up as alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. That's like a spiritual murdering as well. Okay. Because if I go ahead and speak on this, let us wait for blood. So they kind of sound like these institutions. And I noticed that they don't move. A church don't move by itself. They stay there, right? Don't they just have a door you just get right in? And once you get in, you already murdered. You start to believe what the pastor tells you, and now you got murdered. You murdered for good unless you repent. Now you worshiping gods and stuff, and now Yahuwah's not with you. You think that he is, but he's not. And who's murdering you is your leader. Doesn't that sound like that? Look, let us look privately, meaning secret. Okay. You notice once you get inside the church, the door shuts. They don't see what you're doing in that building. Huh? You understand? Let us lurk privately for the innocent. Who is the innocent? The innocent, those living in life. They may not know you, or they may know you. They just live in life normal. They may not go to church, an institution. But now you got them man, they got that man or woman or family involved into a religion or ritual or tradition of men, and they were innocent. Now you got them deceived. Guess who fault it is? It's your fault. You misleading them. And they did nothing to you. But you're misleading them for money or for power or for fame. Hello. Look, for the innocent without cause, let us swallow them up alive. See, alive. You can be alive and okay, but you're not alive and well in the spirit because you got deceived. So you're getting murdered in the spirit. See, alive as a grave and whole as those that go down into the pit. It says, as those that go down to the pit, the bottomless pit, damnable punishment, because you felt for the lie. Now you murder, and now the spirit is not with you. Now you're going to suffer with your leader into the pits, to the pit, damnation. Huh? This is like a spiritual and a physical murder right here. Sounds just like it. Look, let's keep going. Verse 13. We should find all precious substance. We should fill our houses with spoil. You know what that sound like? These so-called leaders, they deceive so many people. They fill with a lot of cars. They rich because they got through murdering you. Now you're giving your pastor, your leader, hope, praise, and money. Your so-called tithe money. Now they spoil. They got too much good. Now you need the pastor, but he don't need you to talk to him if you give him some money. That's called spiritual murdering. Now you trying to get answers and truth, and he won't tell you truth. Now you mess around and become an atheist. What is an atheist? A person that don't want to agree with you anymore. They don't want to follow you. They don't want to read the scriptures anymore. This is why we have a lot of religious people in the world. See that? They've been what? Blemished. Blemished. They're worshiping gods, eating pork, all this, you can name it. That's what this is. That's what it sounds like. Innocent without blood. Let us like wait for blood. Ain't that something? Innocent people. Because remember, the life is in the blood. Hello, right? Life's in the blood. They got no warnings, no truth, nothing. That's what that sounds like. Let's stay in Proverbs right quick. Hopefully, y'all understood that. By the way, we're dealing with both sides. We're dealing with spiritual and the physical. So bear with me. I'm just going to mix it up. I get down, man. Just get y'all this word, man. How about Proverbs 8:36? What does that say? But he or she that sins against me, what can that mean? Murder, deceiving someone, causing sin against the other person. A lot. Constantly joining, right? Because you notice have sins, plural. Against me, wrongs his own spirit. Oh, ain't that something? So in other words, when you murder somebody and you against a person and you murder them in the spirit, your soul it gets wrong. You don't want to get demons inside of you. You are demonically infested. Did y'all know that? So when you murder people or you cause people wrong all the time, you making Satan your deity. I'm preaching. He's your daddy. Come on. This is about the spiritual death right here, spiritual murdering. Then it says, all that hate me love death. You see that? So murder somebody is hatred. It's hostility. Hostile. So Yahuwah is not gonna he's not gonna work with you in salvation. He's not gonna hear from you. Because have y'all noticed that people pray and let's say a Christian person prays, you know how they say, man, my prayer's not been answered yet. Wow, I've heard it before. It's because they are murdering other people in spirit. They're not keeping the commandments. They keep a little bit. They don't keep the whole. They don't keep the commandments. That's why people's prayers not being answered. No joke, man. So keep in mind, when you murder people, you love death. When you murder people in the spirit, you love death. You may say, "But brother, I go to church every Sunday. I read the scriptures. I don't care. You don't care about that." No, he don't care. He don't. He's not going to take you. He's not going to take you. Let's prove that. Let's go to Matthew. Was it no? Is it Mark or Matthew 7 verse 23? Let's prove that. Man, we're dealing with murdering people. You ain't gonna tolerate that too much unless you repent. Mark, let's try Mark first. Mark chapter 7. That's not it. Matthew. Matthew Matthew chapter 7. Has to be one of these chapters, these books. Yep. Jackpot. Matter of fact, let's go to verse 21, make it better. Make more sense. Now everyone that says to me, leader, leader, or Yah, shall enter into the kingdom of Yah. Okay? In other words, you got people, listen, you got folks that know the creator's name, but they don't do his commandment. They don't treat people with love. They murder them in the spirit. In other words, they tell them you ain't supposed to get emerged, you can't get baptized, that's done away with. Oh, they say um, to do emergence, you gotta be a leader first only, and they say that you can keep holidays, no matter. It's just a mixture of things, lies, right? So they even tell you that you're not supposed to get into the old covenant or the new covenant. They murdering those people, but they know the name. Let's keep going, right? But he that does the will of my Father, which is in the firmament, okay. Many will say to me, yeah, have we not prophesied in your name, and your name casts out devils? I'm gonna talk about that in the future. About casting demons. I'm gonna deal with that. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. And your name done many wonderful works. So we got people that they speak babbling tongues, and they make it look like they casting demons. It looks so special. Oh my goodness. It looks like, oh man, wow, oh my goodness. You guys are the greatest church or greatest assembly, whatever, right? But let's keep going. Verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you transgressors of the Torah. So this reminds me of people. They may do works of miracles and specifics, but they do not keep the commandments. And these people are murdering a lot of their members in their assembly, in their convocation, or commonly called church. They're not accepted. They are not accepted. They don't keep the feast days. That is murdering people. This is why we have people that's sick. Think about this for a minute, guys. This is why we got people that's very sick. And what I mean by sick is, for example, we got our beautiful, beautiful young women, daughters. They stay up late. They in fornication. They having sex with this guy for like a few months. Have another guy another few months. Friends of benefits. This happened real. And these are Christian women. Listen, Christian young women. Now I'm not trying to beat on people who don't know the truth. I'm not doing. I'm just speaking reality. They were already spiritually murdered, so they become hoes, harlots. They look nice. They look beautiful. They smell good, but they're sleeping around with a couple of guys, have boyfriends. They call it. Come on. And they go to church on the first day of the week, think they're okay. And they cannot wait for their ham to come, their turkey, their dressing, cranberry sauce, macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving. And these are the same women that they abort their babies when their men get pregnant. But where does that really came from? Their parents, the pastor. They say the law's been done away with. Yahusha, when they say Jesus, he died against the laws, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They falsify information to deceive the masses to get money off them. No different denominations, fellas. This is called spiritual murder. That's what he said. Depart from me. I don't know who you are. I don't know you. You're not going to make it to the kingdom. Not even your people that you're talking to, that you've been preaching every week. But we're dealing with spiritual murdering. Let me give you another example. That's why we got sons. They are brawlers. They abuse their wives. Hello. They abuse their wives. They don't take care of their children. They don't teach them the truth. Now, you don't get wrong. You may get some families. Don't get wrong. You may have some families. They got a family. They got homes, apartment. They looking good. But they part of it too. No difference. The man may not be abusive, but he may be a man that have secret affairs against his wife. I'm preaching. Hello. Huh? Look, guys, hear me out. He may tell his wife, "Oh, honey, I'm going on. Hey, I got a business trip going on. Yeah, damn." He lied to his wife, but really, he going to see Jackie, the prostitute, huh? And he spent money on Jackie, $500 twice a week, each night. But the wife thinks that he go to a business trip, but he lied and he went to Jackie's abandoned building with rats over in her place, and he goes over there because Jackie is so gorgeous to him, he just can't help it, huh? And then one day he messed around and he got AIDS. And he told his wife for last time, "Oh, honey, I got AIDS just by just it just happened. I didn't sleep with anyone." But his wife found out later that he was sleeping around with this woman, Jackie. She hired a private investigator. I'm preaching. I am preaching today. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? I try not to scream loud. I do want to scream, but I want to. This all come from spiritual murdering. This all come from the church. The church. They don't teach you how to keep the commandments. They say, "Oh, he died. Yeah, he died against the laws." How about molestation? Molestation, huh? Our priest is molesting our boys and our daughters. Is that part of spiritual murdering? Fornication? Absolutely. But y'all still go to the church and learn how to worship Mary. because y'all been programmed by religion, by the tradition of men. And then some of y'all want to agree with your daughters and sons that mommy, he screwed me in the butt, mommy. Mommy want to agree with them because mommy think that the priest is so holy. Oh, he's holy, holy. But it's okay to go to the institution on your Wednesday, on your Thursday, on your Sunday, every week religiously. And you think you have the spirit of Yah in you. He said, depart from me, you workers of iniquity or transgressors of the Torah. Same thing. You got people that commit suicide and they go to the church, fellas. They commit suicide. Did you know every year people commit suicide? I'm not making this stuff up. We got suicide attempts every damn year, man. Every year. Commit suicide. We got folks on their tablet all day trying to find a woman to be with. A man. They so lonely. They don't know how to get one. They just get anybody. But they have not been trained of who to know who's righteous. They've been spiritually murdered. Remember I said, when you murder somebody, you take a life. But did you know that when you spiritually murdered somebody, you took a life? As same thing. You took their soul, their spirit. You took the opportunity for them to know the truth. So you're taking their life away by you lying to them, not having a hard time to lead their religion because you're spiritually murdering them. They say when you murder somebody, you are stiff. Hello. You can't move. So no different in the spirit. When you murder somebody in the spirit, they can't move. Where they at? You know what? I hope y'all getting this. I'm preaching. That's what he said. Depart from me, you transgressors of the Torah. You are murdering a lot of people, and he's going to deal with you on Judgment Day. Pastors, priests, and y'all think that's okay? And y'all trip me out. Y'all think because y'all so nice. Oh, hey, welcome to church. How you doing? Are you hungry? Oh, it's $7 for a meal. Oh, yeah, $7 to $10. No, I can't give you the money. I'm a pastor. You got to pay my tithing first. Y'all get the point? And this is why we have a lot of broke down spiritual families because they've been murdered too long. They've been stolen. Their identity has been stolen, and that's where you got titles from. They say I'm a Lutheran Christian. They say I'm a Christian. I'm a Protestant. I'm a Presbyterian. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm a Hebrew Israelite Christian. All these dumbass titles because it came from identity crisis. I'm talking about in the future. Identity crisis. See, when you murder somebody, you murder their reputation. You're taking away their reputation. You're lowering their esteem. No different when you murder a plant. When you don't water your plant, what happens to the plant? It wilters. No different with a human. When you murder a human in a spirit, they become wilted. They become depressed, confused. They go to different religions. They search for the answers, and they still can't find it yet. We got to be careful about people. Stop murdering people spiritually and give them the truth. When you give them the truth, they will be murdered no longer spiritually. They would be in liberty. Boy, I tell you, I really hope y'all getting this. We got to go back in the ancient of time once again if we want to be free. Let's go to James. Let's go to the book of James. So this is another spiritual murder. Now they'll go to First John as well. Let's go to verse 22. But be you doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own self. Once again, this sound like the church. This sound like those who may be outside of the institution, but they don't want to take the word seriously, but they can't listen to you, but you got to tell them, right? Did you know that when we just listen to the word, hear it, and we don't act on it, we commit suicide spiritually? Did y'all know that? You're like, what? Yes. Yeah. When you know the word, you know the truth right there in your face. You hear it, you listen to it, and you're not doing it. You are committing suicide spiritually. Remember earlier, I just read you. He said, "Listen, depart from me, works of iniquity. I never knew you." So when you just listening and you ain't doing nothing about it, yeah, you can't blame the person that talked to you about the word. You can't blame him or her. It's you. It's a you problem. So you can commit murder to yourself by not listening to the word of Yah, by not doing the word of Yah. Because let's prove that. Let's go later on in James. Let's go to James 4:17. Okay, I'm crazy. I know. I am crazy, but for the truth. This is what it says. Therefore, to him or her that knows to do good and don't do it, to him or her is sin. You see that? So you are committing suicide spiritually to yourself when you hear the word, and but you're not doing it. That's a problem, and that's why people get mad at us. When we speak the truth, because they know they got to keep the word, they don't want to do it, so they feel irritated. Have you noticed that you speak the word, they're sick, they already murdered, you're trying to help them come back to life. I'm preaching. You trying to resuscitate a dead person. What does resuscitate mean? To give the person breath. Remember, the word of God is like breath. It's life in the word. Okay? So when you help the person to come back alive, they don't want to come alive. If they don't, leave them alone. We got a lot of dead people spiritually today. I'm telling you, we got a lot of people that's dead. They already commit suicide and they love it. They want to hang out to clubs, get pregnant by the wrong person, do a child abortion, keep rituals, do witchcraft, be a vampire, eat people up, whatever. They love that. They already dead. You see my point about committing suicide spiritually? When they want to hear what you got to say, they hear what you got to say, but they want to act upon it. And that's why people's house is haunted. Ooh, I'm preaching. Well, I shouldn't even say that one. Oh boy. Have y'all noticed why people's house is haunted? Let's go to verse 22 again of James 1. What does it say again? James 1:22. I gotta go deeper now in the spirit. But be doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving your own self. When you hear the word and you know the word, you know it. That's how also your house get haunted. There are movies that me and my lady have seen. One of them is called Annabelle with the doll. You had, I know y'all can handle this truth, man. Anyway, you had the Lorraine family. The Lorraine family, they were seeing spirits. Check this out. These were priests. The dude, the husband he was into the scriptures in a way, but he was a Catholic. The reason why they was not successful of defeat, they contained the evil in a damn glass thing, that's real life. They got that in Connecticut. They don't follow Yahuwah. They don't do the ways of Yahuwah. Do you see my point? But in the movie, when they unlocked the dog, the demons came right in the house. They don't want to live the word of Yah. They didn't want to keep the commandments. They didn't want to keep the feast days. They died years ago. They died from demonic attack through this damn dog. Look it up. You got another movie called Blair Witch Project. People get taken and people get taken left and right in this forest, and they got this weird, nasty haunted house because they don't follow Yahuwah, fellas. It's called committing suicide spiritually. That's how you get things in your home. People keep idols. Where does that come from? They only hear the word. They want to be doing the word. That's a problem. Let's keep going, man. My goodness. Y'all, you know what? Let's go to James 3. Y'all better get this. Y'all better get this understanding. You want to be free from your haunted house? Come to Yahuwah and get immersed and repent of your sins and take idols out your home. How about that? Let's get going. Let's go to verse 14 through 15. No, through 16. This is deep. We're still doing spiritual murdering. Spiritual murdering. But if you have bitter envy and strife in your heart, oh boy, it will. Oh man, let's keep going. Esteem not. And lie not against the truth, fellas. That's what it says. This knowledge descends not from above, but it's earthly, sensual, and devilish. This is why, once again, we have a lot of cold cases. We have a lot of unsolved mystery cold cases from people that's been murdered in a strange way. Have y'all noticed that? You know what they come from? Some folks just don't want to follow Yahuwah. They come from idol worship, religion. People act like the scary movies. A lot of race behind this. People get murdered miraculously. Weird deaths, man. Weird deaths. People see things outside their house, their apartment. People get problems of going outside. Did y'all know that? People take pills for their major PTSD. People take pills to stop seeing spirits, but it's got worse after they took their pills. People relied on their medicine, or incantation medicine, knowing that make it worse. Folks rely on the hospital, then rely on remedies, knowing that the word of God talks about what we can eat, what we can't eat, what we cannot eat. This is spiritual murder. All because we cannot listen to the truth and live it. We are so stiff-necked. We are so damn stiff-necked. But it's okay, though. When Sunday comes, everybody's happy. Oh, they want to go to church. And that's going to help you? You think it's going to help you? Why are we still seeing spirits in our place? What if we just find another solution and read the word of God, and first of all, to do the scriptures? Yes, so you are committing suicide spiritually when we do not do the word of God. It's that easy. I know this is deep. I know this is crazy. To some of y'all may think that, but it's not. It is sound truth. I don't want to go there, but I remember the story back with Saul. What did Saul do? In 1 Samuel 28, Saul wanted an appointment with a witch woman, a medium woman that called after demons and spirits, right? The brother was so depressed, Saul committed suicide spiritually. He got involved in the spoils of the world. And remember, I read earlier in 1 Samuel 15, he was supposed to defeat, kill, remember, kill, you okay to kill. He's supposed to kill Agag, but instead, this idiot saved the people. He saved some of the spoils and stuff. He wasn't supposed to do that. And now Saul got neglected by Yahuwah. Come on, I'm preaching. And Saul messed up. He did not repent of his sins. Some of y'all like that. Some of y'all know the truth. Y'all don't want to do. Y'all do some things of the truth, but y'all do the full things of the truth. How about do the full things of the truth, and you be free from a haunted house? You be free from a bad marriage. You be free from being bullied in school. Whatever. Do what you would tell you to do, and you be free from being murdered too long. Let's do another physical murder. I'm gonna get the spiritual break. That's deep. Y'all probably can handle that. Some of y'all probably could, but let's go to Acts 7. We got it. Man, like I said, man, we have to go back to our roots of obedience. We have to diligently seek Yahuwah and live like Yahusha. What's so hard about that? That should be hard, guys. It really should be hard. It should not be hard to do that. Let's go to verse 51, Acts chapter 7. You stiff-necked and uncircumcised and uncircumcised in heart. I guess I say spirit and ears. You do always resist the set apart spirit. Keep that in mind. Remember, they were murdering. Keep that in mind, right? They always resist the spirit of Yah, right? As your dads did, so do you. Which of the prophets have not your dads persecuted, and they have them murdered, have murdered them, which show before of the coming of the just one, of whom you have been now the betrayers and murderers. Look at that. So he's talking about them being murderers in the spirit and the physical. Yeah, come on. Who have received the Torah by the disposition of Alua and have not kept it. They know the truth. That's what it's saying, but they want to keep it. Let's keep going. Keep that in mind, right? Verse 54. And when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart and they gnashed on him with their teeth. They were mad. They were mad like bulldogs. You know what they remind me of? Religious people. You know how you get them truth? They get mad at you real quick. They want to block you on Facebook. They want to embarrass you on Facebook. They want to say something that ain't true about you. Huh? Make you look bad. Now you lost people in your fellowship. You lost 80% of the people that you serve. Now they want to follow them now. Y'all notice that? Or on Instagram. Or how about besides online networking? You got people in real life. Let's say you met 3 women in a restaurant. Your wife, y'all been friends for a long time, but then they found out something that you did ain't true. But this is the same person you spoke to. Now that person you spoke to about truth, that person, hey, what you saying? Now they got your so-called women friend. I don't know, she been spying and told those 3 women do not come to that woman again. She's doing witchcraft, and now they fell for it, and now she lost those 3 women friends because that person whom you spoke to about the truth had turned them against you. You see what I'm talking about? Let's keep going, man. No matter what, they were spiritually murdered by a lie. Hello. Anyway, when they heard these things, they were cut to heart. Now see, but verse 55. But when he been full of the spirit of Yahuwah, looked up steadfastly into the firmament, and saw the esteem of Yah, and then you stand the right hand of Yahuwah, and said, Behold, see the firmament open, the son of Adum, standing in the right hand of Yah. Then they cried a loud voice, stopped their ears, and ran upon him with one accord, and they cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul. Y'all see that? They murdered the man because he spoke truth. Did y'all know murdering people is reflection of demons spiritually? When you murder people in the physical, that is from a demonic work through disagreement against the Torah of Yahuwah. Because let's go to Proverbs again to prove that. When you murder people, that is a demonic work of Satan. Keep that in mind. When you murder people for no reason, or you murder because you're in truth, okay, or spiritually murder somebody, you are being in the work of Satan. Okay? Real stinking talk. Let's go to chapter 29, um, verse verse 12, please. If a ruler hearken or listen to all lies, all his people are very evil or wicked. Did y'all just see that? See that? They listen to lies. The ruler listens to lies. The servant listens to lies. And everybody's wicked. Now it's the order. Everybody's wicked. And now you got murderers in the physical that goes on because they listen to lies. Now you got people that murder each other because they've been brought up in a certain way, how to treat others. Let me tell you something, man. You even got Muslims, okay, that murder people if you come against their truth, their so-called truth, their religion. They will murder you real quick. Did y'all know that? They would might cut your head off. Where's it come from? They've been lied to by their leader. The Catholics, the Catholic leader, the Pope, they will murder you. They'll murder you in the chambers in some of these Catholic churches, especially in Rome. You think they're just going to kick you out? They will murder you if they want to. They do that stuff, man. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. We're talking some spiritual gangbangers, man. We're talking some spiritual gangbangers. Let's go to verse 6. It's another one. And the transgression of an evil man, there is a trap. But the righteous sings and rejoices. You see that first sentence? The transgression of an evil man, what he like to do? Murder folks in the spirit and the natural. It's better to leave that person alone. I'm telling you, leave that person alone. Unless the murderer want to hear truth, go ahead, give him truth. Give him truth. Long as he should humble him or herself. And then, um, let's go to oh, let's go to Proverbs 25 and 18. This one, the worst one right here. A man or woman that bears false witness. What does bear false witness mean? You're speaking lies to your people. You're lying against his neighbor or neighbors. Same thing. It's a maul. What does maul mean? You're eating that person up. You're eating them up. So when you're teaching them wrong things, you're eating up their spirit. You're eating up their hopes and future. You're stopping their path of that what Yahuwah could have saved them from. Saved them from the lives, right? So you are reproached to their lives. You eating up their favors from Yahuwah that he could have given that person, those people, by you lying to them. You're hindering them. It says, and a sword and a sharp arrow. Those are depictions of death, of spiritual death. Okay? That's why I tell people, ask people questions before we sit there and follow something what they want to lead you to do. Because if something ain't right, why follow it? Don't follow it if it ain't right. In your conscience, in your spirit, and you read the word for yourself, don't fall for anything that you hear. Don't fall for it. Ask questions. Because if not, that person is going to murder you. They're going to murder you. Why do y'all think these? Why do you think these people? Listen me carefully, y'all. Why do you think these people make the institute to get paid by it? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know these people get paid by building churches? You know where this come from? That's come from the ways of Nimrod. That's blood money. The government allows these people to make these wicked churches. It's nothing but bloodshed, fellas. This reminds me of this verse 18. And the other verse I just read earlier, Proverbs 29 and 12, and other verses. Let's keep going. Let's go to Proverbs 23 and 17. Oh my goodness, how much I got to keep talking here? Look at this verse. Let not your heart envy sinners. Look at that. But be in the fear of Yahuwah all day long. How do you envy a sinner? You act like him. Oh my goodness. That's what envious means. You act like the sinner. You act like your priest, your pastor. You act like your celebrity. Oh my goodness. But some of y'all become so jealous. Y'all lose your mind. Some of y'all commit suicide. You take a lot of pills or cut yourself in the stomach because you're not to perform a certain move a celebrity is doing. Y'all lose your mind over that. Y'all idolizing these celebrities at heart. Y'all go crazy. Y'all go sick in the head. Talk about spiritual murdering yourself or murder. Spiritual murder is so bad that even your emotions go crazy. Let's stay in Proverbs here and let's go to chapter 27. Look at this. Wrath is cruel. Anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy? We got people that are very angry at you and they are very jealous because you know the truth. They don't, but they want to make you like them. They tell you get off the high horse. But these are the same people that are trying to act like celebrities. They're trying to act like a movie, do some dumb shit, crazy things, but they love their Jesus, their goddess, their God, whatever. These traditional men, and they think it's okay for them to be envious against you. We even have women, they will leave their husbands, right, because he desires getting more than one woman. Now I know a lot of folks maybe against polygyny, but that also includes that too. You got women, they spiritually murder their husbands. Did y'all know that when a woman leaves her husband, that is spiritually murdering him and emotionally murdering him? That's why you got some men, they commit suicide because they lost their wife. She left them because he's polygynous. No different with the woman. The man leaves her because she made a little mistake and now she want to commit suicide. She want to get drunk all the time because he spiritually murdered his wife. Yes. So even jealousy is involved in murder somebody spiritually or emotionally. Jealousy is part of a deep hatred. Envy is part of a hatred. Same thing. We cannot envy sinners. We cannot envy our feelings. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all think I'm crazy. It's okay, but I'm crazy for truth. So we got to quit being jealous and quit being so envious and scared to do what's right because we so complacent on being comfortable of doing things wrong and murdering people. Let's go to yeah, we almost done. I think almost done with the physical part of murdering. Um, make sure I got it right. Yeah, let's go to a story. Yeah, I want to go to the book of Jasher. Jasher. Yeah, how about that? Jasher. Jasher. Yashar. Yashar. Yes, hold on. Trying to find the problem. T-Rob was murdered his son because of idols. Should be almost there now. Okay. There we go. I think this is it. All right, so let's go to. This is a very, very good story. So let's go to Jasher chapter. Give me a second. Hold on. These authors keep giving us here. Okay, let's go to Jasher chapter 12. Right. Let's go to verse 1. And when the king heard the words of Abram, he ordered him to be put to prison. Now, mind you, Abraham or Abraham was a righteous man of Yah. Okay, keep that in mind. Verse 2. And at the end of those days, when the king ordered that all the kings, princes, and governors of different provinces and the sages should come before him, and they sat, and they sat, well, I just lost my spot there really fast. Oh, okay. And they sat before him, and Abram was still in the house of confinement or prison. And the king said to princes and sages, have you heard what Abram, the son of Tarak, has done to his dad? Thus he has done to him, and I ordered him to be brought before me. And thus has he spoken, and his heart did not misgive him. Neither did he stir in my presence. And behold, now he is confined in the prison, and therefore decide what judgment is due to this man, or reviled the king, who spoke and did all things that you heard. And they answered the king, saying, the man who reviled this king should be hanged upon a tree, and having done all the things that he said, having despised our God. There we go. See that? He despised our Elohim or Elohim. Remember, Elohim means more than one God. Okay? So Abram despised deities. That's why they claim he reviled the law of the king. But really, he was pleasing Yahuwah. Okay? He must therefore be burnt to death. Did you hear that? For this is the law in this matter. Okay, so they want to murder Abram because he did not worship this God. He worshiped Yahuwah. Let's keep going. And if it please the king to do this, let him order his servants to be kindled a fire both night and day in your brick furnace. and then we will cast this man into it. And the king did so, and he commanded servants they should prepare a fire for 3 days and 3 nights in the king's furnace. Wow. That is in Castañum. And the king ordered them to take Abram from prison and bring him out to be burned. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going. And all the king's servants, princes, lords, governors, and judges, and all the inhabitants of the land, about 900,000 men stood opposite of the furnace to Abram, and all the women and little ones crowded upon the roofs and towers to see what was doing in the to see what was doing in Abram. And they all stood together at a distance, and there was not a man left that did not come on that day to behold the scene. And when Abram was come to the conjurers of the king and the sages saw Abram, and they cried out to the king, saying, "A sovereign Lord," which was the leader, "surely this is the man whom we know to have been the child at whose birth the great stars swallowed the four stars, which we declared to the king now 50 years since." Wow. And behold, now his dad has also transgressed your commands and mocked you by bringing you another child, which you did murder, not kill. And when the king heard their words, he was exceedingly wroth, very angry, and he ordered Sirach to be brought before him. And the king said, "Have you heard what the conjurers have spoken? And now tell me truly, how did you? And if you should speak truth, you should be acquitted." And seeing that the king's anger was so much kindled, Sirach said to the king, "My lord and king, you have heard the truth, and what the sages have spoken is right." And the king said, "How could you do this thing, transgress my orders, and to give me a child that you did not beget, and take value for him?" And Sirach answered the king, "Because my tender feelings were excited for my son, and at the time I took a son of my handmaid and brought him to the king." And the king said, "Who advised you to do this? Tell me, do not hide this from me, and then you should not die." And Sirach was greatly terrified in the king's presence. And he said to the king, "It was Haran, my eldest son, who advised me to do this." And Haran was in those days, and Abram was born 2 and 30 years, 30 years old. And Haran did not advise his dad to do anything. For Sirach said this to the king in order to deliver his soul from the king, for he feared greatly. And the king said, "Sirach, Haran, your son, who has uh, advised you to this, shall die through the fire with Abram." Wow. For the sentence of death is upon him, for having rebelled against the king's desire and doing this thing. And Haran at that time felt inclined to follow the ways of Abram, but he kept it with himself. And Haran said in his heart, "Behold, now the king has grabbed Abram on account of these things which Abram did, and it shall come to pass that if Abram prevail over the king, um, I will follow him. But if the king prevail, I will go after the king." And when Terah had spoken this to the king concerning Haran his son, the king ordered Haran to be grabbed, seized with Abram, okay, or Abram, and they brought them both, Abram his Haran brother, to cast them into the fire. And all the inhabitants of the land, and the king's servants and princes, and all the women and little ones were there, standing that day over them. And the king's servants took Abram's brother, and they stripped them of all their clothes, excepting their lower garments, which were upon them, and they bound their hands and their feet with linen cords. And the servants of the king lifted them up and cast them both into the furnace. Wow. And Yahuwah loved Abram, and he had compassion over him. And Yahuwah came down to deliver Abram from the fire, and was not burned. Now that's a miracle. That's a miracle. But all the cords with which they bound him were burnt, while Abram remained and walked about in the fire. Oh my goodness. And Haran died when they cast into the fire, and he was burnt to ashes, for his heart was not perfect with Yah. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? The reason why Abram made it, because he was with Yah, even though they murdered Abram, but he was alive. But the reason why Haran didn't make it, because his heart was not right with Yah. They thought they could have murdered this brother, okay? But this dude, Yahuwah, delivered him from the death of him being burnt, okay? When you murder somebody, it's called an untimely death. Did y'all know that? Y'all, is limiting a person's lifetime. We got to learn how to love others, y'all. Okay, I am done for tonight. Praise be to Yah. Hopefully this help y'all understand. Hopefully this help y'all to order weapons, to want to kill people when it's needed, when it's time. Okay, to protect your family. And I'm not talking about killing anyone. I'm talking about killing those which is necessary. If somebody try to rob your home, rob your apartment, try to come after your wives, your children, and they trying to destroy your house, you better learn to pick up a gun and shoot and learn how to fight. Okay, we dealt with Saul. We dealt with um, people specifically here about killing, murdering. We dealt with plenty of information. Look forward to seeing you guys hopefully next weekend, God willing. I want to pray right now. Father, Yah, we just want to thank you for the Shabbat night. You will look for having a wonderful night. We ask that you favor others with a wonderful, peaceful hours this time. You will think that the word has been spoken out. You will just came by saying anything that was wrong, an error, a mistake. I ask you to forgive me, you and help me correct myself. Anything I may say wrong today, according to your Torah, uh, the truth, you the message, you Tudah. Thank you so much. Thank you. In the name of Yahushua, and Yahushua Shaknu, so be it. Tudah.